What's up, y'all? Welcome to
Pew, pew,
Rime of
pew,
the
pew.
Frostmaiden,
Pew, pew, pew.
Icewind Dale. We're
Oh my
questing
God.
chaos. We're bringing the question with some good old chaos.
Today was
Joined
chaos.
today, by the way, my
Chaos.
name is James Arano. If you don't know that already, this is we got Thomas, we got Tossie, we got Alondra, we got Matt, and we got JP joining us from the East Coast. Yeah, we are bi-coastal. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Bi-coastal. Yeah. It's a lovely
By
day.
coastal. It's all the same, you know.
Yeah, lovely day outside. But today we're gonna be playing some D&D, and y'all are gonna watch. Whoa, trippy.
Again. Let me try. No, it doesn't work.
Yes, we are looking.
Whoa.
That'll be when we role play looking into telescopes.
Yeah.
Or you guys are gonna find the magical mushrooms out on the frozen west.
Oh, are we doing drugs today? Wonderful.
Yes.
Experiences for everyone.
But before we hop into that magical mystical journey, we got some announcements. First of all, we got some friends we want to give some shout outs to. We got the Nord Games. Nord Games, they've got that supplementary material to make your games awesome. They've got books, they've got decks, they've got cards, they've got journals. I'm saying similes of one another. They've got dice, they've got all kinds of things. Check them out. They just completed their recent Kickstarter, Dangerous Destinations. I'm sure you can bandwagon onto the completed product if you check it out. So check out nordgames.com/3.html to go to our affiliate link. There, you help them out, you help us out, and if you use the coupon code chaotic20, you're going to get 20% off of your purchase. Another one
Hey,
of our
James.
friends.
I want to jump in there for just a moment. Tangentially related to Nord Games, Loresmith currently has a Kickstarter going for remarkable cults and their followers. So the reason they're related is that Nord Games is the North American distributor of Loresmith products. So,
Yeah. Excellent. Check that out. Remarkable cults. Make your cults remarkable, unlike the cult of Scientology.
shots fired. I don't know if I can work under these conditions. I might lose my thetans or whatever they are.
LRH is gonna come after you, man. This is a
Just
bad
gonna-
call, bad time.
No, like straight up to Church of Scientology in
Hey
San
guys,
Francisco.
Okay,
we were just
yeah.
on a website.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay, yeah, maybe it's just we'll ignore
Some
it.
people
No,
would love to work on a Tom Cruise movie, and let's just move on.
it's true.
All right. But yeah, our second friend is Birds of Paradise. Yes. They got those bird-themed dice as well as the prickly pear because they are created by our very own Andrea of the Burbs, who I believe is in Arizona. Yes.
All the burps.
Colorful, pretty dice. Usually we have Tiana here to go like dice, but I don't have any dice here. Oh, look, there we go. Thank you.
Those were not them. These are dice that I got at a wedding.
Wow.
But if you go to birdsofparadise.com, you can check out their full catalog of dice. And if you use the coupon code chaotic, you'll get 15% off your purchase. Another friend of the show is D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond provides a little neat overlays where you can see our character's health. It's where we build our character sheets. It's where I have a butt ton of tabs open so that way I am prepared for whatever they decide to do. And if I'm not prepared, well, that's D&D's fault.
Is that a metric or an imperial butt ton?
I only do metric, buddy. All right. Not American. Not American. We're gonna change everything now. It's not 30 feet of movement. It's like 22 meters.
22 centimeters.
Exactly. Y'all will be moving 22 centimeters. Yes, Birds of Paradise, D&D Beyond, Nord Games. Check them all out. This past Tuesday and leading into next Tuesday, there's going to be the two-shot freelancer system that will be part 2 this coming up Tuesday, which I believe is the 9th. Yes, the 9th. So check that out. Freelancer system. They've got dog people. They got cat people. It's all set in like a World War I airship kind of setting. It's pretty darn cool. The art's pretty snazzy. So if you check out their Kickstarter, type in Kickstarter exclamation point in the chat or exclamation point Kickstarter in the chat, you'll be able to check out Skies Over to Lindia freelancer system. Go check it out. We have a few people playing in it. We got Tiana, we got Julie, we got Laura, and we got Aaron rocking those Tuesday evenings. So check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Skies of Talindia. I think that's it in terms of announcements. Yeah. Oh, Dragon of Ice Spire Peak will not be joining or be going this Monday. I will be on vacation. So yeah. So no Dragon of Ice Spire Peak Monday, but our regular scheduled programs will continue to go as scheduled. Cool. Do we have any cards? Start of the month.
We do have one card, I believe. Hold on, let me look. One other announcement is that I will be playing in Jasper's Game Day tomorrow at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
So 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Don't forget, y'all, we're also rewinding our clocks. Or not rewinding, skipping an hour ahead tomorrow. So keep that in mind.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
we're going to get more daylight, but we're going to lose an hour of sleep.
Spring forward.
So every weekend for me.
So, no, I don't think we have any cards.
Okay. By the way, if you haven't checked out our Patreon at patreon.com/questandchaos, you can join the community in helping out our adventurers by distributing cards from our deck of inspiration created by our very own Thomas. And yes, they've got fun things like basic get an advantage on a roll to potions of regeneration to all different kinds of things. So check it out, patreon.com/questandchaos. We're also rolling out our Guild of the 5Es, in which our community plays with folks from the shows. So check it out. I've said check it out at least 10 times now.
You must mean it.
To check it out.
You must really mean it. So go check
This
it
ain't
out.
a library.
It's just to give Tiana something fun to have to edit around later.
Check it out. Check it out. I think that is it on my
Take a shot
end.
every time he says check it out today, guys. It's the drinking on a Saturday stream.
Take a shot.
Take a shot.
Yay!
Check it
And
out.
you can
Elspeth's
get your very
down.
own Quest and Chaos mug at the Quest and Chaos store. Take a shot.
Limited mugs available, but there will be new and different things coming.
Yeah. So check it out.
Shot.
Need that whiskey. That
All
bourbon.
right. Does anyone else have individual announcements? Anything that's happening, going on in the big wide world of our awesome cast?
What's going on Monday on Torpid?
Monday is dark, and this Tuesday I think we're probably doing a rerun of the one shot that I ran last week because we got to take a work day, but we'll have exciting announcements over there soon about our new long-term campaign that's going to be starting up hopefully very, very soon. And then we'll definitely be live on Wednesday and Thursday, probably with Nestor and or Zep playing some video games if you want to come hang out and chat. I'm usually lurking there in the chat, harassing everybody if you want to yell at me.
Nice. And as always, it's always good to watch Korean Bananas on Twitch, chatting and playing games. So make sure you do that every day. We're always hosting. We're happy for doing that.
Thank you. Yeah, send some folks over today. Hopefully they show up.
So yes, check out Torpid Network and Korean Bananas, both on Twitch, bringing you those video games as well as role-playing tabletop RPGs, which is role-playing tabletop role-playing games. I realize I just said that.
Check it out.
Anyway, you beat me to it, Thomas. You beat me to it.
God damn it.
Shot.
I'm gonna click this button. I'm gonna
Click
click
the
it.
button. We're gonna get into this afternoon's episode of Rime of the Fries. Rime of the Frostmaiden. Just click it.
Check it out.
Rhyme with the Price is Right.
Yeah.
Two.
Welcome back.
I'm stealing your bit.
Come on down.
Welcome back. Today we're super pumped. What happened last week? What happened indeed? Right. So our fearless adventurers stood before. Don't give me that look. Quite fearless. You have faced death 6 times.
I
now.
spent the entire episode having Donovan be like, "You seem really nervous," and she's like, "I'm fine."
But yes, they headed to the North Look, a tavern which has the reputation of being quite raucous. They entered said tavern and were greeted by a romantic relationship dispute between good old Chantel and the ever timid Mark. Chantel at one point just knocked Mark out, and as Amoa and Azar began to meander through the North Look, seeing the dancing, the music, the singing fish, Renner decided to take the unconscious Mark into their room with the help of the inn's proprietor, Scramsax, drag him upwards, and by the time Mark woke up, he was greeted by darkness in the windowless room. However, Renner's voice pierced said darkness, saying, "Hey, buddy, you need to get some adventuring in your veins. It's gonna pump you up, make you more confident." And surprisingly, that abduction / intimidation in the dark worked. Mark needed to find himself some good old adventuring to clear his mind and his bones, as our adventuring party from the prior episode was tasked with finding some iron ingots that the Black Iron Blades had left out on the tundra due to a Yeti attack. They, with Mark in tow, traveled outwards, located the spot where the dwarves of the Black Iron Blades was attacked, noticed that their companion, a dwarf, had been ripped apart, and the iron ingots, unfortunately, as well as the sled, were not to be found. However, there was a trail that headed northeast. They followed, and after a good half hour, they noticed some lights off in the distance. Turns out that the sled with all the iron ingots had been commandeered by some goblins. They quickly routed the goblins, killing 3 of them, and the rest hopping into their caravan, their sprinter, their airstream. Basically, they all hopped in there, towed by 2 unhappy looking polar bears, and made their way off onto the tundra. But they have located and secured the iron ingots. Our party returned back to Bryn Shander. They returned them to Hruna, as well as the smithy of the Black Iron Blades. They were each gifted with 50 gold piece gem ish of bloodstone. It's a very black and reddish gem, very pretty. And even Mark was gifted with such a thing. happy party was thanked, and then they headed back to the Northlook once more to decide their next steps. So, our heroes find themselves on the bottom floor of the Northlook, sitting across from a Mark, who is now an entire mug in of mead, saying, "You know, I think I'm going to go out there again, and I'm going to show Chantel exactly what I'm made of." Takes another swig.
You're
That's the
made out of
stuff, Mark.
bone and flesh. I wouldn't recommend that.
What was that, Azar? Sorry.
You're made out of bone and flesh. Maybe you should get some armor to protect yourself before you do that.
Oh, I intend to, but you are also flesh and bone, and you're not wearing armor, and I think it'll be fine.
You know what,
I
Mark?
don't need armor. I don't really need armor. It's years of practice. Maybe in a few years you practice enough, maybe you won't need armor either. But you're a little. And I reach over, just like grab his arm. It's like a little squishy.
No, I understand. You guys are all seasoned adventurers. I will take your advice, and just like I took Mr. Renner's advice, and that's how my life is going to change.
Then is going to reach for his tea and just kind of, yes.
You know, they say there's plenty of fish in the sea. Amor looks over to Renner to just like, am I right?
Well, it means something different in my native tongue, but sure, we'll go with that. I think I understand the gist of what you're...
So, Mark, I would say, don't worry. You just keep drinking. Maybe this person comes to you instead of you go to them. You know, the thrill of the hunt.
Okay. Yeah. I'll become like badass adventurers like you all, and then they'll just come to me, right?
More just.
That is, yes, that is how it works. Also, that armor is due back at the armorer because it is a rental. So if you could take care of that,
Okay.
you
Yeah,
maybe buy it off of them with that gem you got.
Yeah. I'm gonna outfit myself. I'm gonna a whole life change. No more accounting. Just no more balancing the books. I'm gonna balance the world.
Ladies love men in leather.
Okay, I'll write that down. I don't have any paper on me.
Some men do too.
Elspeth just rips a page out of a notebook, scribbles that down, and hands it to him.
Okay, rule number 1, ladies love men in leather. Okay, rule number 2, plenty of fish in the sea. Oh, God. Being an adventurer is a lot of work.
Oh, my God.
You all doing such a wonderful job of mentoring Mark. I think I need to excuse myself. And Elspeth is just reaching in her pocket.
No, please, Elspeth.
No. Elspeth is going to reach her pocket, pull out her incense block like a fidget spinner, and just start whispering prayers for this poor kid's soul as she leaves. She's like, I can't watch them get this kid killed.
All right, let us all leave Mark with one word of wisdom before following Elspeth out. Great job, Mark. That was wonderful. I will say, I had high hopes for you. Then I saw you walking along and doing your thing, but I will say, the next time you come across danger, if you do lose your lunch, it's probably a sign this is not what you were meant to be doing, because you did vomit quite a few times out on the battlefield, and a true warrior tends to hold things in and not spew them out onto the ground.
Oh, I understand.
High hopes, though. High hopes for you. Good job. That's my one bit of advice. Let me you can just remember it. You don't need to write it down.
All right. And you already see him like scribing it down. Yeah, no, I get it. A warrior can't just spew everything out. That's literal and figurative. I can't just keep looking at strangers to give me advice all the time because I'm a sad man.
Yes, speaking of that, one bit of advice is to start with the broadside of a barn with that crossbow. Try and hit that. Then, once you can successfully hit the side of the barn, start narrowing your targets down.
Writes it down. Be able to hit a broadside of a barn. Okay.
Then switch to the narrow side, and then the door, and then...
Okay. I can do that. Writes that down. Kind of looks expectantly at Amo and Azar. Just like...
To achieve greatness, you must be tranquil as a forest, but have a fire within.
Okay. Tranquil as a forest, but a fire within. Okay.
All right, let's get down to business, shall we?
Goodbye.
Oh, okay. Thank you all so much. I won't forget you.
Have fun, don't die. Okay.
Moa just pats him clasps him on the shoulder and looks him directly into the eye. No words spoken, and just like headbutts him.
Oh. Ow. Okay, that's something else I need to learn. How to headbutt. Okay. Thank you, Mr. Amoa. As you all head upstairs, you see Mark just order another mug of something. But...
Excellent. Tamago Tora came through for Mark with 500 bits.
Yay.
That is for Mark. Never retreat. I'm just going to say that's a DM inspiration because it's
Okay.
Tamago.
That means Mark's got to come back. Mark's back at some point
Mark.
in the campaign.
Who knows?
Be finding Mark's bones out on the plains. Just be like,
Or he's going to become like the most amazing fighter over the course of us leaving.
Yeah.
He's going to be adventuring. Actually, he's going to be adventuring. He's going to die. Chantel is going to get so angry to become the big bad evil guy.
Oof, all these fanfics of Mark.
Then he'll just like stumble into all of his victories, just stumble in each and every one. He'll just trip and fall and stab the right thing, knock the right thing over. Nothing will be on.
Plus 100 to luck, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Mark.
But you all distribute among the two rooms. I would say that's another 5 silver per person if you're doing a second night here.
Did we pay up front? I thought we might have paid.
You paid for the first
only
night.
paid for the
Got
one night.
it. Thank you. 5 silver.
Ooh.
Per room?
Per person.
Got it. Thank you. Well,
Okay. That's a lot of silver.
is it?
So
Right.
I'm gonna. So are we heading? We're done for the day. We're heading upstairs.
I just honestly wanted to leave the table. So whatever,
Yeah.
if we can follow Elspeth. Did Elspeth go up, or did
Elspeth
stay?
went out.
Out? That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yes.
So we could follow Elspeth. We could stay here. We could.
Do you think there's a cheaper place to stay in the evening?
We could.
Are
Tent
you
up somewhere
having
else.
trouble paying, Donovan? Because I
Oh,
no
I'm-
problem taking care of you.
Well, I'm just planning for my future.
Oh, well, let me make an investment to your future then. And reaches into his pouch and hands Donovan 5 gold.
Whoa, people just keep giving Donovan money.
There you go. Don't all spend it in one place, okay, D?
Oh dear.
Right. Thank you, Amoa. This will go to my learning fund.
So you all kind of go up the stairs, realize Elspeth didn't go that way, then come back down as Mark is now just like getting that second mug, and you guys make your way outside. You are greeted by Bryn Shander. Quite the large city. You guys are right by the north gate at the north look, and before you see Elspeth.
Right.
So the priest, he mentioned that there was someone at the house of the Morning Lord we should talk to. Copper something.
Yes, Copper. He's a gnome. I was thinking of going to the temple to pray, if nothing else. But we could see if it's not too late and people are still up and about. We could talk to him.
I'm not sure if we can save Mark with prayer.
Well, I'm not going to save him any other way, clearly, based on my track record. So, besides, it's been a while since I've, had some time to myself. So I thought I'd go at least check things out. But yes, we should go. Perhaps we can talk to this Copper or Lady Michonne. Find out a little more about what's going on.
Right. That's the way. Yeah, let's do that.
So is everyone heading to the house of the Morning Lord?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Remembering the way that Hruna guided you through, it's a pretty large town. You are seeing quite a few people mingling in and about. All of them pretty nondescript, largely because of the clothing, cold weather clothing, just masks around and goggles and hoods up or hats bundled up. They all kind of look the same, but compared to some of the other places, it's a bit more livelier. People are making exchanges in the street, and the weather, despite still being very cold, is not too shabby by Icewind Dale standards. But as you bob and weave, taking the main thoroughfares to get as quickly as you can over there, you are standing in front of the House of the Morning Lord, a large building, quite wide and more squat than it is wide, about 50 feet wide and about 20 feet deep. Definitely 2 stories, and on the front there you see a massive sun, very similar to the one that you saw in East Haven, though slightly different.
So walking up to it, Donovan is like apparently getting the size of the place in very specific dimensions and going, wow, this looks like a place where we could potentially fight something. It seems very specific, the dimensions of this place.
Oh, I thought we were going to maybe stay the night, since they seem to put up travelers for free. I thought that was probably dormitories. You think there's something we're going to have to fight?
Well, I don't know. I just
In a
spent 5
church.
silver for a room at the other place.
Oh, well.
Are we not staying at the hut, whatever we were at? I forget what it was called.
I didn't realize you all had gotten other rooms. I was out on the porch saying a prayer for Mark's very, very endangered soul.
I forgot. All right. Well, if we do need that money, Renner will walk back, demand his money back, and then come back, unless you need a roleplay moment.
You're going to demand for your money?
Why don't we figure out if we need to go back or not, or we can stay there?
Elspeth is just
Let's
going to
go in
kind of
here.
look at everybody
Let's talk to
and
the
head
priest.
in, yeah. Like,
You
okay.
stop Renner, Donovan? Because I feel like Renner.
Yes. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, I would have.
Okay.
Okay.
We may still need to sleep there.
All right.
Okay.
I like
you
the
all-
trout song. The trout song was good.
Yes,
I
you
would
would.
very much like to hear it again tonight.
This is our trout song.
Old Bitey. Mm.
Oh, bitey. Right.
Oh, bitey. Yes. So you enter into the house of the morning board. And as you enter, it is quite spacious. You see that the kind of congregation, if you will, is actually on the left side of the bottom floor, where it's like, would it be? No, excuse me, not west side. Be on the east side. Be on the east side. Yeah, be on the east side. So to your right, you see basically the congregation hall. Basically, if someone were to stand at the die, they would be facing towards that area. Whereas the left side, you see a stairs leading upwards to the second level, and it seems to be like a kind of a lounge slash gathering area below what would be that first floor. Currently, right now, it is empty. You do actually see one person in the pews just kind of just quietly by themselves, and you do hear some movement about upstairs.
Let's see. Copper was a gnome, correct? It's the person we see a gnome.
Yes.
I'm gonna look under the pews.
You look under the pews as you're like kind of coming about. You eventually come up to the one person who is just sitting there kind of quietly. And they look to be an older human male, just kind of scraggly beard, and notices you down there. And he's just kind of looking at you, looks over at basically like the altar area, looks at you, looks at the altar, gives you a little
Donovan, get up, get up.
I'm gonna make a stealth check. Oh, I don't have a d20.
don't have a D20.
What?
Elspeth is just going to go straight to the altar and go check that out.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it's 7.
7. So yeah, the old guy notices you quite easily as you're just kind of skulking about. You don't see anyone underneath, but as you're like looking through, looking behind, looking underneath, Elspeth just walks down the center aisle, and you see a raised pew, and behind it is made of wood, but a how should I say this? Sculpture slash kind of painting, if you will, where it is different pieces have been conjoined together on a wooden frame almost. And you see different depictions of the sun in different reliefs, in different scenarios. You see a very muscular, human-esque figure just bringing in sunlight upon a mountain landscape. I would say, with Amanatr, it's quite a known god where it's like, yeah, that's a depiction of him that has been seen a few times.
Mhm.
And on the pew, you do see basically kind of like a scripture, different pages that is currently opened up to a certain page.
I'll go to the man that we see. Just quietly ask, excuse me, we're looking for copper.
I believe Copper is upstairs right now with Michonne.
Okay, thank you. Now just walk away quietly as I can.
Mm-hmm.
Go.
You just step away. Anyone else doing anything before heading up to the second floor? Or are you starting to head up to the second floor?
Yeah.
I follow Azar.
Mhm.
I'm also looking at like just casually looking at all the dust prints that might be around, just because.
Did you say dust prints?
Yeah, because I'm always just like a kind of a tidy person.
Mhm.
Just
Well,
like, oh,
you will
those-
be quite happy to know that there are no dust prints.
I'm always very impressed.
So as Elspeth, you're kind of examining that. Donovan, you're doing an investigation. Renner, what are you doing?
Honestly, he's yawning and leaning at the back of this thing, just like, oh God, what have we? Just,
Scales?
yeah, he's adjusting his seaweed gauntlets, just kind of like, all right.
Yeah.
And he's thinking about like, you sometimes you think that you can trust one of these land dwellers and you think you can build them up to be something, and then they become pathetic, wimpy little shrimp. Like, he's just mulling over Mark. Mulling over Mark.
Wow.
But also bored. So he's just leaning up against with his train, leaning on a wall.
Yeah. As you do that, you watch as Amo and Azar ascend upstairs. Azar quite light on her feet, but Amoa on that fourth step, you kind of hear it. But eventually you all make your way, or you two make your way up. And up above, you do see a few beds just laid out. And on the far right side, which would be towards where the altar was, on the second floor, basically around the halfway mark, you see a wall with a door.
That's the only door up here?
Yes.
I'll knock on the door.
You head over, and the second floor is a little bit low hung. Amoa, you do have to kind of duck just a bit, but Azar, you're able to just... You realize it's kind of like a loft space, if you will, and you do see some framework if holding it up. You get to the door and you knock, and you hear on the other side just kind of hushed voices that are a little bit on the confrontational side. But as you knock, they stop, and you hear a voice just call out. It's like, yes.
Hello, can we come in?
Would you be able to give us one moment?
Sure, no problem.
At which point you hear the hushed whispers kind of re-flare up again in whatever this confrontation is before you're able to pinpoint the voice that answered, basically cut it off. At which point you hear someone sit up or scoot back a chair, just like walk over, open the door. Standing before you is a very tall woman, about 6 feet tall, and she has black hair where you can see the grays are starting to come in at the edges. Basically, the hair just kind of runs all the way down, but the bangs themselves are parted at the middle and then pulled across. And from that left side, you are able to see a scar, very thin, that goes from the crown of the head past the eyebrows, the eye, and then does a sharp left turn at the cheekbones. And he stares down at you and looks towards Amoa, a little up. How can I help you all?
Oh, hi, I'm Azar. This is my friend Amoa.
Oh.
I have some more friends downstairs. We were looking for help. Wondering if anyone here knows anything about why it's always winter, and if there's anything we can do about that.
At which point you do see on the inside what looks to be at the current moment, a walking teddy bear. But as it turns, you are able to see a gnomish face that is just completely encased in, compared to everything else you've seen, probably a custom snowsuit that is just really poofy, but it just kind of, like Kenny from South Park, just frames the face all the way around, and a very large bulbous nose at the center, which you can tell from its coloration is probably perpetually red due to the cold. And it is just the domineering feature, aside from the fact that with this snowsuit, it's a teddy bear with a giant red nose. But it turns around and you see a gnome staring back at you. At which point, Copper says, yes, I know exactly what you mean. We're trying to figure it out. Don't you worry.
Great. What can we do to help?
Well, kind of looks at Michonne, who looks back. It's like, I have a friend. His name is Macrius. He also a worshipper of looks at Michonne. Lathander. Michonne looks back, gives him a bit of an eye. Went out into the tundra to do experiments, and the last time he wrote, he was quite excited about the possibilities that he had found of possibly stopping this. However, that was a month ago.
That doesn't sound good.
No. And I have been currently preoccupied here, and unfortunately, I've not been able to get supplies to him, and his, at this point, would probably be running low.
So you need someone to go check on him. Okay, anything else?
Well, if you are going to go check on him, possibly deliver some provisions that I have prepared for him.
Yeah, sure. Is that it?
That it looks up at Omoa. Yes?
Oh, nothing. I was just clearing my throat. It's a little stuffy in here.
Yes, I understand the cold weather sometimes can make one very post-nasal drip. And points at his nose. Just like,
Yeah.
well, I mean, if
Would you like to meet the rest of the party so you know exactly what you're getting into?
there's more than just you two.
Yes, we have friends. They're downstairs.
Oh, okay. Well, sure. Looks over at Michonne, who looks over. It's like, yes. We'll continue our conversation a little later. Excellent. Okay. And you can see him Copper hop off of this human-sized chair. So it's just like, and then begins to waddle over, just due to the thickness of his cold weather gear.
Azar, he looking like you.
Like me?
Yeah, bundled up.
Okay.
You guys look like walking mounds. And Amoa starts to kind of mimic the walk as well, as best he can.
You walk between the rows of bed on that second floor, and then you make your way downstairs. You watch as Copper basically has to do the like 1-2 step with each stair, where it's like left, right, left, right, left, right. Gets to that fourth step, goes like then goes down. Azar just walks down as Omoa goes. And you all hear that signal as eventually you are greeted by a teddy bear with a large red nose.
Quick question, DM. Did we hear the arguments or just Azar and Amoa?
Just Omoa and Azar.
Got it. Cool. Copy. Thank you. Is that a Moogle?
What is a Moogle?
Oh, I've heard of them before. They're small creatures with big noses, red noses, and they jump around, and I thought that was one of them, but perhaps it's not.
Oh no, I am not a Moogle. I'm Copper. Extends a very stiff-looking arm upwards. Bless.
I will shake it, like sneaking. Donovan James the third.
Oh, Donovan, a pleasure to meet you. I am Copper, Knobberknocker.
Pleasure to meet you. As Renner is trying to hold in a...
Yes, he's learned. He's learning. Everyone up here has stupid names. He's getting it. He got it. Knobberknocker, Scrimishon, Pilsner, whatever the name.
Scrim socks.
Scrim
Scram socks.
Scrim de rock.
Scram sacks.
Rumbledy hump.
You know, scram, sacks.
I thought he had sacks full of scram. Anyway.
I think Elspeth probably hears the sounds of everyone repressing their opinions about names and finally turns away from this like scripture that she's been kind of like scanning to see what's on the page or whatever, and goes back over to rejoin the group. It's just like, oh, hello.
Hello, I am Copper Knobberknocker.
Knobberknocker.
Hello, Elspeth, linguist. Pleasure. I take it we've found ourselves our next step.
Yes.
Is working on how to make it not winter anymore, and he needs supplies.
What kind of supplies?
Just general provisions. He's been in a how should I say this? What is it? What is the word I am looking for? A retreat, if you will. He is in a cabin far up north past Tourmaline.
Is this person a sorcerer or wizard? How are they fixing the situation?
Sorcerer, a bit of a tinkerer. Magic, indeed. Using the arcane to create last time he wrote a device that would essentially reintroduce summer, spring, even.
Oh, that sounds wonderful.
Yes.
North of Tourmaline, you say?
Yes, quite a journey, but yes, Tourmaline is quite beautiful if you want to take a look over there.
And Mr. Knobberknocker, will you be joining us on a journey up towards?
I unfortunately must continue attending here with Lady Michonne, but
are you also in the service of Lathander and the Morning Lord?
Looks upwards. Do not conflict the two here. Well,
I understand.
I certainly believe that, as the one who rises in the dawn, Lathander would be the Morning Lord. But apparently a sun god controls all. And so the Morning Lord is apparently only for Aminator. But that is only her opinion.
Theological debates. Familiar with these. Mm-hmm.
Yes. She has been quite on edge, especially since a Dawnbringer from East Haven came by recently, and just.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
Master Brell. We met him last night.
You met Master Brell. Well, then you know that their conversation did not end civilly.
I did get that impression.
Yes.
Well,
I think that bringing the sun back will help all of those who worship various forms of the sun.
I mean, yes, indeed. And looks around to the very empty church and says, hopefully that will inspire some folks to retake up the faith.
quite.
Very good. So we will take these provisions and we will head to Tourmaline. Do you know where north of Tourmaline? How would you get there?
Well, I would say going to Tourmaline will be a good start because it is a town. However, are you all looking at the map on Roll20?
I certainly am.
Oh, I did
Yes.
not see it.
As the person who keeps weirdly making all the survival checks, I felt like I should look at the map.
1 second. Where is
Maybe he's in the Lonely Wood.
where is oh no, the Lonely Wood is not a that's not a wood per se. That is a town also.
Oh, how exciting.
Yes, it is one of the 10 towns. It is also quite nice. Right along Merd Walden has a nice atmosphere about it, but I would say my favorite would definitely have to be Tourmaline. It has a how should I say it? The members who founded it were all from were Kalashite. So they have a very
Oh.
interesting architecture, more spire and very flat facing buildings. So it is quite nice. So yes, so you do have a map. Yes. Please do show me. And as you show the map to Copper, thank you. He indicates that the cabin is right around here. It's around this area, along
Oh.
the river that feeds into Merd Walden.
Past the forest, then.
Past the forest, yes.
All right. That is certainly going to be a bit of a trek.
Yes. Yes. he wanted seclusion because he was mentioning how some of the tests weren't going as planned, at least here in Bryn Shander, so he wanted some more space. And also the noise, he just couldn't stand the noise, so he wanted to sequester himself.
What kind of tests was he running on the
He hasn't shared too much with me. Basically, he is created a device that, on a small scale so far, has been able to produce some different meteorological phenomena.
A weather machine.
Yes, and what he's trying to hopefully do on that small scale, expand to a larger scale, and do the entire sky.
Oh.
I feel it would be easier to just kill this whatever creature is causing the night.
Well,
Donovan, are you familiar with killing gods? It's not exactly the easiest thing in the world. It's not the most difficult either, but just
Maybe
saying.
Mark would be willing to help out.
Oh, God.
I bet you Mark would be up for the challenge.
Wonderful.
Why are
I'm
you
not- I'm
all
not
insisting
totally
on
missing-
getting this poor child killed? He's done nothing to us.
Oh, but this will get back at Chantel.
Oh, it will. Yes. Chantel.
Out,
She'll feel so bad
Chantal.
once he's dead. All right.
Yes,
Well,
that's a
things
perfect
are
reason
good.
for anything. Sorry, Azar, please go ahead.
The supplies you need, where are they?
they're in the back. I've got them on a bit of a pallet sled thing.
Is there another mode of transportation that we can take it to the Tinkerer?
No.
Perfect. Is there a place in town where we can grab some horses?
There are the stables. I'm sure you could find a dog sled run that would allow you to do that. They have axe beaks. Yeah, mainly those two.
Perfect.
So you've got a sled out back, but nothing to pull it.
No, I was going to wait a couple days, see if he messaged back, and then have someone send it on its way.
Perhaps a bag of holding?
I have no such item of that sort, unfortunately.
This is the biggest town, right? There's got to be magic items here.
Well, Not off the top of my head. It is
Do you get the impression the supply routes to all of the 10 towns have been somewhat limited, at least based on everything we've encountered? The only people so far who seem to be dealing in magic items were, a little bit less than savory, as you recall.
Yes. Looks up once more. You might want to try in Targus.
Targus.
They tend to be a bit more open, if you will.
See.
Do you have a connection to someone in Targus?
No. This is simply rumors that I've heard. But Bryn Shander is definitely much more open sleeves, if you will. Perhaps Targus has a bit more.
Maybe I misunderstood. Made it seem wrong. I'm looking for a shop that sells magic items that we could purchase from.
Definitely not here. At least not in an open sense that I would know.
Not big on magic use in general
Not
here, are
really.
they? That's the impression I've gotten.
Definitely a little less on the arcane side, more on nature, more clerical, points to you and himself. Yes, sorry?
Yeah, they like to do things with their own hands.
Yes, that is very 10 towns. They are very much
Common. Yes.
common and hardworking and
burning wizards at the stake. As
Yes.
one does.
yes, I heard about that
yes.
one in East Haven. That is interesting.
Yes.
Do you know much about? There is a Duragar infestation in East Haven as well. I don't know if you know anything about Shardolin or anything like that.
I know of Shardolin, a material that is quite helpful in enchantments. It basically accepts what it's given. Very, very absorptive material, which is fascinating to work with. I would love to get my hands on some neutral Shardolin. That'd be nice to have. Duragar, that's interesting. Definitely creatures of the Underdark. Did not know they were here.
Something about gathering the Shardolin, destroying 10 towns. That's
Well,
their plan.
that's interesting. At which point you guys kind of hear that fourth step go as steps come down, as Michonne has decided to step downstairs, noticing that you are still talking with Copper. It's like, sorry, we were in the middle of a conversation and it was prematurely ended. I was checking on the status of your conversation.
Terribly sorry. We were just getting directions for how we can assist with this particular. I'm sorry. Did you give us your friend's name? I don't think I fully got the story here, as I just joined you.
No. My friend's name is Macrius.
Macrius, excellent. We were just marking on the map, and Elspeth will just start rolling up the map and doing the very we're totally just wrapping it up sort of thing.
So I see you are assisting friend Copper here. I don't know if he's been able to offer you anything, but if you do this work, which will certainly be a boon for Aminator, let us know how it goes. And anytime you find yourself in Bryn Shander, I am willing to offer my services. And puts up a bit of a hand, and you see a yellowish white gold light kind of just emanate from it, and then drops it.
Can I just ask, what is Macrius's temperament towards strangers?
That is a great question.
Is there some way to signal him that way? Maybe you know.
No way to I think you should err on the side of compliments and you know, general friendliness and stroking his ego.
Amoa looks right at Rena. Oh, you're good at that. You can talk to him. Not knowing what he's trying to actually he means.
How much provisions? I mean, there are 5 of us. I believe maybe we could. We don't need the sled if it's enough that we could divide amongst us.
Well, basically, I prepped everything for another month for him. I think looks over you and particularly takes in Amoa. I think you could carry it. Distributed among the 5 of you.
You're sure we don't want to just take the sled? That way we also, have a sled.
It's reasonable as well, yes. Smart.
I'm just saying, look, I don't travel in the snow much. This is my first experience, but that does seem like it would make things a bit easier, wouldn't it?
Actually, Copper, you said that you were waiting a couple of days and then you were going to get some dogs. Why don't you procure the dogs and then we'll sled up
no, I was going to go and try and find somebody to do.
What were you going to offer them?
Well, I was going to ask.
Got it. Amoa, he's just gonna look to Amoa and then kind of gesture to go outside.
Okay, what he says.
You 3 watches Amoa and Renner exit. You're both out in the cold snow, which for you 2 is just normal weather.
Look, all right, Amoa. I don't understand a word of what's going on in there. I know we have to get somewhere and they need some kind of horse or a dog. Let's just go get the damn dogs. Let's just go get it. Let's get on the road. I don't understand what they're all talking about. The sun and moon and let's just go.
I think what they're trying to do is just to build relationship or something.
Well, I think a great bonding experience for us would be to go get something to procure the sled to hook it to so that we can go.
I like the way you think right now.
Yes, I like the way you think, and that's not me stroking your ego. And he'll kind of wink at Amoa. Just be like, shall we? I apparently also everyone else here is poor as bones, so we should probably be the ones. We should be the ones to pay for the.
Why is it that you and I don't really care about money, and yet we are?
We probably have the least money as out of everyone, to be honest, right now. But
maybe
we've been throwing it at people. But whatever. What do you say? A team building, as they say, exercise. We'll be back in time before they're done with their jabber jabber.
Okay, lead the way. I follow you.
I have no idea where we're going.
We do one of these where we both walk in opposite directions.
We just walk opposite. We're going that.
Wait, and then we cross back.
Okay, got it. Yeah.
5 minutes later, we're still standing there.
Yeah. So we're going this way? No, that way?
Okay.
Well, they wanted dogs. Okay, we should go look for some dogs then.
Right,
listen,
man of action, or a fish of action. He wants to.
Are you
He's
guys
efficient.
Wow.
Yikes.
Are you both just going out and
I feel like we would have, because I know earlier, like yesterday, we kind of walked through when we were on our way to the temple, and I think we might have passed. I'm just trying to recall if we passed any stable place that would sell animals or rent,
coming from the east gate, which is actually quite close to the house of the Morning Lord, you would not have seen any stables.
Great. You, and then call to someone on the street, because you said there were people walking around that were bundled up.
It's getting later at night, and there's a little few of them. You do see one person walking by, and they're like, yes?
Hi, we are looking to procure an animal to carry a sled, or multiple animals to carry a sled.
Oh, okay.
Where would we rent or acquire these animals?
Well, you could head to the southwest gate.
Point the way, please, sir. The southwest gate.
Points to the southwest. Is that way?
Thank you. Aloha, shall we?
Did you need someone to walk you over, or will you be fine?
How fast do you walk?
Like a normal person.
Sure, show us the way, please.
And the person begins to walk with you. Just roll a d20 for me real quick.
Me or go for it,
Oh,
Tasha.
Renner. Renner,
Oh,
roll
okay.
me a d20.
7.
Like those quiet Uber drivers who just get you from one place to the next. It just continues walking. Keeps
So
weaving
how
in
long
and
have
out.
you been walking? How long have you been doing this walking?
Well, I began walking when I was about 2 years old. Very, very late in life, I understand, for most people, but yes, that is when I started walking, and I have been walking since.
Oh.
Oh, well, that's good. That's good. Okay. Well,
Keeps walking. It takes you a good, let's see, that's 1,000 feet, so it takes you about 15 minutes to get from one side where the
shit.
Morning Lord is, which is on the northeastern, like direct northeastern side, to get to the southwestern side of the gate. It's just like tick, 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 bobbing and weaving in 15 minutes or so. And this man walks at a brisk pace, especially after being asked how fast he walks. But quite quickly, you make your way to the southwest gate, which at the current moment is closed. And to the right there, in this little opening, you see these stables.
Thank you, sir.
Right here.
Thank you.
No
Your
problem.
name?
My name is Flemings.
Flemings.
Flemings, yes.
Cheers, Flemings. Thank you.
Hand Flemings 5 silver.
Oh, thank
We're
you.
gonna run out of money before we show up at the street.
Thank you so much. Will you be able to find your way back, or?
Can we see our tracks? Because it's not snowing, I'm assuming.
Yes, if you just so we came down this very main thoroughfare that goes towards the marketplace, which we passed by. It's closed obviously at night, and if you go that way, take a right and continue that street and take a left, you'll be there quite quickly again.
Got it.
I'm gonna collect it.
Well, have fun. This is the Golden Mane Stables.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
I'm gonna quickly looks around for anyone that might be working there.
It is quite late at night. So as you walk up, 1 second. So as you walk up, you do see one basically stable hand. She's just kind of shoveling some refuse out of a bit or a stable and putting it in a bin. Just you guys walk over?
Yes. Excuse me, lass. Lady.
Yes.
We are looking to acquire an axe-beak or a dog, or multiple dogs.
Yes. Well, we do have X-beaks. We do have some dogs. However, we are closed for the evening, unfortunately.
I have awful charisma. Do you think maybe you could charm this lovely lass?
Listen, we just were helped by a very kind gentleman named Fleming.
Oh, you know Fleming. Yes, he's
Fleming. We gave him 5 silver for his troubles so we can get here. And he came here at the most expeditious rate that anyone could ever think about. In fact, I would refer him as the best walker in town. And I don't want to let him down by coming here empty-handed and that you're closed, but we want to patronize your, he looks around, stables and his looking very pristine. So I know you take care of it.
Oh, yeah, thank you very much. Roll a persuasion check for me.
Yes.
Persuasion. You're in luck. 10.
Oh, that's not bad.
Almost charisma is actually fairly high, but
Uh,
I feel like I don't use it all that
Well,
often.
I mean, Renner can try afterwards too. But,
There you kind of see her fiddling with the shovel that she has. Well, thing is, if I
How about this? How about this? I show you some tricks with the ground.
ooh, you've got to see this. It's amazing what he can do with the
What
ground.
is your favorite shape?
favorite shape, well, I like triangles. Triangles are nice.
Oh,
Very
what a
st-
lovely, lovely geometrical shape the triangle is.
Yes,
Mm.
very strong, very strong.
Mm-hmm. And okay, step back then. Step back.
Oh, okay.
He does like a whole like, you know, like
Oh,
thing up for that.
and Renner's going, oh, what? Oh,
Okay, I'm gonna let you count. You count it down, and then I show you Earth triangle.
Oh, okay. 5, 4, 3.
Hutcha! Ah, just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh.
Okay, again. Okay, let's go.
Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Ugh, and he like cast mold Earth into a beautiful shape of a triangle. It sort of comes out like a tower at first, and it kind of expands like a billowing dress
Oh.
to a shape of a triangle. Now I leave it up to you to name the triangle.
Oh, well, I will name him Dreyfus.
Oh, I look over to Renner like it's a beautiful name.
mm.
Dreyfus. Okay. Well, Dreyfus is yours.
Oh, thank you very much. Well, roll one more persuasion check for me, please.
24.
Yes, we're getting out of
24.
this town tonight.
24.
Okay, well,
That was a nat 20
Nice.
Oh, fuck yeah, nice.
Pew, pew, pew.
with my +4 persuasion.
Let me go get Manville, and we will see if we can get something started.
Okay.
So you see the young stage or stable hand walk off, stage hand walk off and go into the building. There's a little small fence that was separating you, and you basically watch her go inside. You see a light get lit and another light, a light, and then you see a trail just kind of going through the building before it goes upwards. You see a second light get lit, and then coming down the stairs, coming through the building, and then the door reopens, and holding a little candlelight is the stable hand, and following her is a very muscular, barrel-chested of a man. Just kind of has a bald head on top, but a very scraggly beard, and he's kind of wrapping himself up back in some coats and sticking a hat over the bald head. But he stands up and he looks over and he's like, "Yes, how can I help you?"
Good day, shopkeep. Stable, sir. We are looking to acquire axe beaks and or dogs in order to move a sled. It's of utmost importance we get it as quickly as possible.
Hmm.
And I do thank you, Melville. Was his name Melville? Manville, thank you so much for your help and your charming stable lass. Let us know that we might be able to acquire your services this evening.
Well, she did speak very highly of you, and looks over at the triangle.
Dreyfus.
Apologies.
Oh.
Well, Axe Speaks are 50, and I can get you 2 dogs for 50.
We haven't seen the sled, have we, Amoa? We have no idea how big this sled
We
is.
just left.
Just realized that.
Send a raven.
And smash cut to.
Smash cut to
I was gonna say the sled.
the sled. Yeah. What are you guys going to buy?
Oh, I thought we were smash cutting back to the other group.
Oh, do you want to go back?
I mean,
Back to
no,
the
whatever.
others.
No. I wasn't not leading. I'm just curious. What? I mean, no. We should probably do this because we'd have no idea. I would assume we should probably go for the axe beaks because they're bigger, right? Unless the sled is small. But they said that you could carry it probably if it was divided between the 5 of us. So, what do you think?
Bad
What
luck
would
with axe beaks.
Elspeth do? What would Elspeth do?
What would Elspeth do?
WWED.
She would face.
She would faint.
She
What would-
would smack you upside the back of the head for not getting all the information before you went to do a thing.
I
She
say, oh, yes, Amar.
I think she would look you directly into the eyes.
Oh
and
no.
said,
Should we get the axe speaks or the dogs? Thomas, maybe we should do a quick poll on Twitch. what should we get? Axe speaks, or and then you can smash cut, and then we'll do whatever everyone says.
Just get the dogs.
You think? Just like get the
Oh,
dogs.
also, why are we leaving at night? Anyway,
I thought that. Okay.
You know, we've had very bad luck with axe beaks.
This
Rest in
is a
peace.
very good point. Dogs. We'll take-
I'm still a little bit traumatized from missing Snowflake.
yes, and Ricky and.
and Ricky. Sort of trails off in thought. Oh.
We will take the dog, sir. Thank you.
All right, that will be 2 dogs, so 50 gold, please.
Of course. Amo?
How much gold you got?
Well, looking through my purse, I have 23 gold.
Okay, I cover the rest then.
Okay. Here you are. And
Are we huddled like little kids, like
Yeah.
looking into their pouches? It's like, oh.
emptying out all the gold that you have.
you have gems too.
How about this? How about this? You put in 20. I cover the rest, so you have a little bit extra. Ching ching.
Ah,
Okay.
Was that to
Whispering
me or was
noise
that to
something.
them?
That was to you.
Oh,
Right
so you're
now.
giving me what? Sorry, I missed it.
You just gave him 20, so you.
oh, I
can
give him
keep three.
20. Got it.
Oh,
20
now
here you
cover.
are, sir. Here, 20. Got to
I
stop
co-
giving Donovan money.
All right, well, come this way. I will show you the dogs. Manville takes you through the little gate, takes you on into the back, and you basically come into this structure. And right now, the dogs are asleep, and you see a huddling of about 7 of them.
Oh. That was Matt. That's not Renner.
Brenda's heart isn't warmed by a pile of sleeping puppies.
Oh, filthy land beasts.
You're learning something new.
Which are the strongest?
Well,
Which are the smartest?
which are the smartest? Well, 7 over there is pretty smart but pretty stupid. And then over here we have Bryn. She's definitely one of the smartest ones, but a little on the smaller size. So then we also have Set. We have Mariel. That's 4.
Shoot, we got to be writing these down because you won't remember them.
So we have Bryn, we have 7, we have Set, we have Muriel. Then we have Gunsa. And then over here we have Jolly. And then over here we have B.
What about one strong one and one smart one?
Are any of them brothers or sisters or related?
They're all related. Same litter.
Ah. Well, are they? What kind of dogs are they?
They, I would say, like husky, Alaskan Malamutes kind of things.
All. Right. I say. I remember reading somewhere that stupid dogs are actually the easiest to train, Amoa. So perhaps we should get a stupid one and a smart one. How about 7 was the stupid smart one, apparently. So maybe we should get that one.
Yeah,
And,
7, and he points over, and 7's definitely the largest of them all. Just kind of
perfect. That's the one.
Great,
That's the
great,
one I
great.
choose. You choose one, Amo, and then that just
What?
gets back, I feel it. What?
Okay, wait, let's see. What name would the party like to say out loud if they came across these pups?
Set.
Jolly.
Muriel. Jolly. I like it. I like it.
Can you tell me about Jolly?
We chose that name because he is exactly the opposite. Very serious, dour dog.
That's the one.
I think Elspeth would like that one.
I agree. It's got Elspeth written all over it.
Yes. So you want 7 and Jolly, yeah?
7 and Jolly, sir. Yes.
All right.
We Jolly 7.
Mm-hmm. And so you watch as Manville walks inside and just kind of wakes up 7 and Jolly, and obviously all the other dogs kind of wake up, and they all just kind of like, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? Hey, Dad, what's going on? And you watch as he grabs both 7 and Jolly out, and the dogs have an interesting recognition of what is happening, though they're still very sad to see 2 of their brothers being pulled. Have you ever handled these kinds of dogs before?
We both look at each other.
Yeah.
But we have handled 3 majestic axe beaks.
Now,
And what else there?
we let them go.
Oh,
We felt it was not kind to keep them contained.
Are you going to do the same with the...
Absolutely not. We will love these as if they were our own.
But if we
Deception
do...
check?
Our
What is
own
my
what?
deception?
yeah, exactly, Azar. Our own what?
Oh, okay. It's 15. 14 plus 1.
Okay. All right. Well, how about this? You come back in the morning and we will go over how to properly handle them.
Again, sir, we were trying to leave this evening, so we will definitely come back in the morning if you can make it worth our while.
I'll make sure that they don't bite you and leave you out in the tundra.
Sounds like a plan.
Great. Excellent. Okay, we'll see you bright and early then.
Bright and early, you will be here at sunrise. Sorry. Old colloquialism. Be here within 8 hours. You can game late. Be here within 8 hours.
Okay.
All right.
Right. Well, that was a waste of time. I apologize, Moa. I thought we might have dogs to acquire by the end of the evening. Shall we?
We can do. Is there a receipt we can take back to show our group that we have indeed not just wandered away, but have been productive?
Well, I think the bottom of my purse will be proof of what we've been doing.
Okay. Good enough for me.
So you two begin to make your way back to the House of the Morning Lord, at which point we're going to take our break.
Oh. Oh. There's something.
All right. A bit of a silly adventure, as it apparently happens to be with this group in this horror campaign. But yes, we'll be back in about a good 5 to 10 minutes. Until then, get that bio break, get yourself a snack, and we will see you at the end of said break. Bye bye. What's up, everybody? Hope you had a good bio break and got yourself a snack. I had a half of an enchilada. Put in the chat what you guys got for your snacks if you got a snack. Anyway, meanwhile, while Renner and Moa are doing some interesting dog haggling and choosing Jolly as well as Seven, let me write their names down as the dogs you have chosen. Let's see. We have Jolly. Who's the last one? Bryn,
B.
Seven, Jolly, B, that's
Jolly, Gunther,
and
Muriel.
Gunsa. There we go, Gunsa.
Jolly bees.
Just in case if I was thinking about that. Jolly Bee. Good stuff. Please sponsor us. What? Love to eat fried chicken sandwiches. Back at the house of the Morning Lord, after Renner and Amoa just made a very abrupt exit, you three, Donovan, Elspeth, and Azar, are just kind of left standing there with Lady Michonne and Copper Knobberknocker.
All right, well, they're clearly onto something.
Yes.
So what kind of animals are needed to pull that sled?
Well,
Jerk.
I'm sure a couple dogs could pull it, as well as an axe beak. You know, if this were a more forgiving terrain, probably a horse.
And so in the morning, we probably I think be going on this mission. So
Oh, excellent, excellent. I appreciate the haste. I appreciate it very much. I haven't heard from Macrius in a month, and maybe he did find some supplies in Termalaine and just hasn't written. But yes, he hasn't written back, so I'm a little worried.
it's a very unforgiving place up here.
It seems it's very easy for people to lose contact and communication when they come up this way.
Eaten by a dragon or a giant or orcs or
Oh yes,
bears.
there are dragons and giants out there, so be careful.
Is can you describe Macrius?
Macrius. 1 second. Where did I put it? I need that. What does Macrius look like? 1 second.
We found the one tab James didn't have open. Score!
I had it open and then it disappeared. Where is Macrius? Where did he go?
He's a myth. He's not real. We figured it
Human,
out, guys.
gnome, goblin.
He's
War.
It's in chapter 2 somewhere.
Yeah, it's in chapter 2. Where did it go? Border.
3 kobolds and a
In a snowsuit, yeah.
What? Okay. Well, Macrius, he's a human being, dark skin, got a bit of a salt and pepper scruff. He's a very I think his demeanor more determines who he is. He's very gregarious, not particularly muscular in any way. He's a bit on the wry side, but yes.
Human. Perfect.
Yes.
That's what I was looking for.
Yes.
Okay. Elspeth, I'm gonna walk outside just like the others did, and I just walk outside.
Yes, here we go. Look at the sled and see if it's got hitching. I don't know.
I'm gonna go look at the sled. Hopefully, it's you just put dogs in it, and it
Powered by dogs.
everything else but the dogs.
Yes, quite. They do this to me so often. Everybody just leaves for me to have conversation. It's becoming quite a habit. I don't understand it.
Elspeth just left earlier today.
That's
Just like,
exactly. That's so funny. That's so good.
Ah, um, uh, Lady Michonne,
Yes.
I'm sorry, you so kindly offered your assistance, and I think everyone's sort of diverted. I was wondering, I have a book that
Mhm.
seems to be, well, someone's cast an illusion on it. It seems to be coding it. I know that probably I can wait it out, but I was wondering if you might have the ability to just remove that.
May I see it?
Of course. Pull the book out of my satchel and show it to her.
So, do you hand it over, or?
Yes, but in a very I'm staying very close and not, you know.
Yes, you hand it over to Lady Michonne, who opens it, flicks it through. Well, looks like a book of poetry, but if you mention that there's an illusion on it, I mean, I can, but well, closes it, hands it back. If you send these provisions to Macrius, I would say yes, I could help you afterwards. Otherwise, I would be willing to charge a fee.
Is that the practice here? Clerics taking fees for their work? I'm not trying to judge, I'm just curious. It's very different from where I come from.
Well, points out to the dearth of people, even at late in the evening. It's like, times have been hard on all of us, and even members of the clergy here need to find ways to supplement their livelihood.
Certainly, I could understand that. Is the dearth of followers simply because of the cold and the night and the
Well, when you have 2
Frostmaiden's
years of
curse?
it, and the only sun you see is a faint glimmer on the horizon line, it can be quite disheartening for the layman to accept that there is a god other than the one that is constantly blocking out the sky.
It's funny, I find quite a bit of comfort in thinking that all the gods are still out there doing what they may do, even behind one another's backs. I hear you've had some conversations with the Dawnbringer from Easthaven.
Yes. Don't bring a Sithred. Yes, I have had conversation with them.
Partnership, perhaps, in the works?
Looks over at Copper, who casually, as much as they can in their little teddy bear outfit, starting to move away from the conversation. A partnership would mean of equal sharing, when the fact of the matter is that Aminator is more of the father, while Lathander is more of the son. And
Quite. The sun that rises and will cast away the eternal darkness. You really ought to reconsider. Might be very good for things.
I'm not one to conflate the two. There is a difference. A subsect, if you will, and for, let's say, an annex to take over a full building would be quite a silly endeavor.
Yes, I suppose my church never really had those problems, so perhaps I just don't fully understand. And she'll do the thing that she always does, where she kind of casually flips out her holy symbol to you know,
And that one's Kellamvor, right?
it's Jurgle and Kellamvor.
Jurgle and Kellamvor.
Yeah.
He notices and, well, kind of just tucks the hair back. I'm certain one of your standing would not understand the light.
Well, light in the darkness and all that. Thank you for your time. We appreciate it.
Do help out Copper, and I'd be more than happy to assist. For doing this task would be a task for Aminator and the sun that will soon rise once more in his name.
Indeed. Well, I hope the light shines for all of you. And we'll be back soon, I hope.
Sooner than later, I hope.
And I will head out after Donovan.
As we leave, Lazara says to Elspeth a bit too loudly, like, why does she care which sun god people say? Neither one seems to be working right now.
It's not Azar.
As you close the door behind you.
It's like I'm all right. Let's find the others before we find ourselves in the middle of a religious war.
Well, you all five eventually, I would say, Amoa and Renner reappear at the House of the Morning Lord, realize that your friends are gone, and then head back to the North Look. So, ships in the night.
Do a fun little sitcom shenanigan. Just Scooby-Doo it for like an hour and then finally meet up.
Yeah.
But you all make your way to the North Look, distribute yourselves amongst the rooms. As you all kind of walk in through, you do see a passed out Mark. Just got about 4 mugs in front of him. Just...
Is he still wearing that armor?
Yes.
I'm gonna take it off him. That's due back.
Donovan,
Roll
maybe you should
a...
bring him to your room first.
Absolutely not.
Roll of
No, instead, scram sacks. I'm just gonna be like, hey, when he wakes up, be sure to remind him that that armor is not his and it's due back.
Yes. Don't worry, I'm keeping tabs. And you see Mark, and as well as a few other people who are passed out, and Scram Sacks sees who the faces are, writes their names down, and goes back behind the bar.
Elspeth will also take this moment to make sure that she has recovered her crossbow and crossbow bolts that she loaned him and just be like, I think I'm going to keep that. Thank you.
Pocket them. Who at one point, like you kind of like nudge Mark, was like, pew pew.
This fool's gonna wake up and think it's all a dream. Gaslight himself.
Should we? No, never mind. I'd probably just get him in trouble.
What were you going to say, Elspeth?
I was going to say, should we find his girlfriend and tell her to come collect him before he gets himself killed?
No.
No.
And then I realized that's probably going to kill him faster, so maybe we should leave him to his own devices.
I'd much rather tie him up and kidnap him.
We're not tying up and kidnapping a teenager! What is wrong with all of you?
I didn't say anything.
I told him to stay behind. He's going to get killed.
He's trying to make him man up, whatever. It's neither here nor there now.
I'm going to bed.
Same.
As am I. Amo, are you joining us this evening?
Yes, I will join you all for some sleeps. Okay.
How are we dividing up the rooms?
Well, last time I was with Azar, because I remember him waking and finding a bear trap at his feet, so...
And Elspeth and Donovan took the other room, and Amo was downstairs. So.
That's right.
Whoever's sleeping in this room, get inside.
All right.
I get it. I walk in and not picking up any cues.
No. So Donovan gets in, shuts the door, pulls out his book. He's like, I think I got this. I think I got this.
Well, what do you
Goes through his stuff, pulls out a little bell, some wire, and he starts casting a ritual over the doorway and around the room. As he okay, yeah. It takes about actually what does it do? Is it 10 minutes? Is it 1
10
minute?
minutes. Yeah.
10 minutes.
Am I just standing there, just watching you do this?
Mm-hmm.
If you want.
What are you doing, Donovan?
I'm casting an alarm spell.
Oh, good. We'll wake up before they try to rob and kill us this time.
Exactly. I'll be alerted in my head, only me, should anybody try and break in. And goes all the way around the room to the window.
No window.
No window.
Oh, that's right.
Make sure you cover that hole in the floor, though. That does seem like it could be dangerous.
Nice. So the door and the hole in the floor, essentially. Haha. Okay. I think that'll do. I think that's good. I think that I could. I think I need a pearl.
Oh,
Did you ask Renna? He seems to just pull them out of nowhere constantly.
Yeah. So I think I figured out how to extract the information out of magic items, but I need a pearl for it.
well, I gave you 5 gold. Maybe you can go buy one.
I will save up the rest.
Okay.
We'll have to keep our eyes out. I'm going...
Shoving furniture against the door.
And as soon as that alarm is out, I'm gonna go to bed like I've never slept before because there's an alarm on the door.
Elspeth will just kind of glance over to him and be like, "Did you want this? Only the 2 beds. Did you want the other bed rolls on the floor? I'm fine either way."
I'll be in a bedroll on the floor.
Oh, you okay?
Yeah.
I'll take one of the beds then.
And I'll take the other one.
All right.
Get that long rest.
Renner and Azar, is there anything you were up to, or are you just gonna head to bed?
Just watching Azar set up her bear trap and her own ritual of locking us in.
Mm-hmm. Sets up the bear trap. Cool. Night progresses. Donovan, you sleep through what is a amazing sleep. You have an alarm. What triggers the alarm, by the way?
If anybody crosses it.
Anything besides what you deign?
I believe so. Let me see. Let's see. A tiny or larger creature touches or enters the warded area.
Okay.
You can designate creatures that won't set off the alarm. So I designated actually everybody.
Okay. As you sleep, you feel a little in your head.
I'm gonna wake up, but pretend not to wake up.
Mm-hmm. You open your eyes. You look about, and you just hear
Do I see it with my dark vision?
With your dark vision? Roll a perception check.
Ooh, that's probably a 14.
14. You look around and you see just scurrying out of the hole, tiny rat. And then it passes by and it just like ding-a-ling, 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 ding-a-ling.
I'm gonna throw a dagger at it.
Make an attack.
Natural 1.
Natural 1. Is anyone's Elspeth and Amoa, who's on the bed, who's on the floor? Or
Donovan said he was on the floor.
Oh, Donovan's on the floor?
Yeah.
Okay. Roll a d20, Donovan.
10.
10. And then roll one more d20.
13.
13. Amo, what's your armor class?
I just like, oh shit, I'm about to get stabbed, aren't I?
12.
12. Roll some damage, Donovan.
Sneak attack, right?
Yep.
I'm not going to. It's regular, right? So 6 points of damage.
6 points of damage. Oh, Moa, you just feel this sharp pain in your calf.
Oh!
What? Did something what? Elspeth just sits straight up. What?
I'm
bleeding?
I'm sorry. There was a rat.
What happened? That was a big rat that bit me.
I'm gonna run over and slide a hand my dagger back.
All right.
18.
No one notices. All of a sudden, you feel another sharp pain as you don't know why, but you just feel something shift through your leg on being pulled out. You're like, ugh!
The rats are so big in this place.
I sort of look at my wound. Can I tell what my wound looks like?
It'll make a medicine check.
Let's see. Medicine. 3.
3. In the darkness, it's hard to tell, but you just feel this kind of sticky red drip coming from your leg, knowing it's blood, and you're like, ooh.
Just come here. No, stay there. Let me take a look, and I'll go over and also check out this wound.
With your dark vision, you can tell it's a stab wound.
Am I going to die?
No, you're going to be just fine. And Elspeth will just like put her hand over the wound, and I'm gonna healing word him because I can just go back to sleep and get it back. Math is hard. 7 HP back. Just close that thing right up. Just be like, all right. I think we should all just go back to bed, right, Donovan?
Yes, we should go to sleep.
Yes, we're going to go back to bed now. Is everybody all right? Good night, everyone.
I'm going to dismiss the alarm.
Elspeth like rolls to like the far side, like as far away, as close to the wall as possible. Just like, God damn it.
Donovan, I call Donovan over. You might not want to sleep on the floor. They got dangerous rats here.
Yes. Thank you.
Do you want to share? There's plenty of room.
Okay, sure. Just, I'll roll into the bed.
Mm-hmm. With Elspeth pressed against the wall, and then
like it's back to you, but like giving you the side eye, like I know what you did, and then just roll back over and go back to sleep.
Donovan, you take the opposite end of what's essentially a twin-size bed, but just like pressing yourself, like it's okay.
Hanging off the side, arm on the ground.
Yep. Amo, you get to sprawl out a bit. But yeah, the rest of the evening goes by without incident. You all eventually awake. It is morning. As the darkness that has settled within the rooms is reflective of what's outside.
And we get a long rest.
Yes, you all get a long rest.
Hit points back.
Haven't already preemptively hit that button. But yes, do you all have anything else you'd like to attend to, or go ahead straight to the stables?
I assume we just kind of do our standard, like we roll through, we grab some level of breakfast, and we just head straight to the stables.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed.
So you all head back to the stables. I'm assuming you grabbed what Macrius or not Macrius, what was set aside for Macrius by Copper, which is a small sled. Like, not one of those toboggans that you saw Torg's company rolling with, but kind of akin to like what a child may ride on, but stacked pretty decently. But you head back to the Golden Mane stables. There you see Manville standing at the ready, just arms crossed, and at his sides are Seven and Jolly. Seven kind of has just like a tongue, just like, while Jolly's just like sees you coming, looks up at Manville, looks back. Meanwhile, Seven is just like,
Oh, wonderful. You've got dogs. Excellent. That should make this much
Indeed.
easier.
Yes, we did. That one is Jolly, and that one is Seven.
Excellent. Is there
Azar
anything?
immediately runs to the puppies.
What was that, Azar?
Azar immediately runs to the puppies.
Aw.
yeah, you come down, like, even on a knee, they are already up to your height, just like from sitting. They are quite large dogs. Who do you go up to?
Are they next to each other?
They are flanked, or they're flanking Manville on both sides.
All right. Whoever's on the left,
Whoever is on the left, your left or Manville's left?
you pick.
How bad of a damage is he going to get? That's what we want to know.
You go over straight to Jolly, who just like, you got, and what do you do when you approach?
I immediately go for pets.
You start petting, and then Jolly's just standing there.
I don't notice at all.
You're giving all the scritches and the scratches, and Jolly's just like.
But is Jolly's tail wagging?
You look behind, and you do see a brushing away the snow.
Excellent. Is there anything special we need to know about the dog's care, or is it just a usual sort of, keep them warm, keep them fed?
Keep them warm, keep them fed. Don't push them too hard. I'm assuming they're not going to be carrying all 5 of you, so whatever cargo they're carrying, give them a break every hour or 2.
Of course. Excellent. Thank you.
Yes. Has any of you handled these kind of dogs before?
Nothing this big, no.
Very well.
Do they speak common? I mean, do they understand common?
Yes, they understand common and a very little bit of Elvish.
Oh, perfect.
Ah.
What are the commands?
Right now they are on heel or sit by some layman standards. Mush is the goal. And generally, if you start shouting at them like you're being chased by a dragon or something, they'll understand.
Wonderful.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Do they do any tricks? I've seen these beasts do tricks before.
Jolly, who looks up, kind of like pulling the head away from the scritches from Azar. Manville pulls out a little bit of a treat. That's a little signal, and you watch as Jolly just goes around in one circle. Very good. And then you see him walk over to the fence, close the fence on the opposite side. Come. You see Jolly just take off and do a little sprint and jump over, and then he takes a little treat, puts it on the other side, watch it jump back. Here you go. Jolly takes it. Tail
Oh,
waggles.
very good.
Can Seven do anything?
7, lay down. Lays down. 7, sit. Yeah, he's pretty stupid.
Oh,
He seems to have the basics down. That's all we really need, isn't it?
Yes, he's definitely the strongest, but definitely the dumbest.
Oh, that's all right.
Perfect.
All right.
What do they eat? Do you have any more of those treats, or is it just
Those are training treats, basically. But if you are going to feed them, make sure they get some meat.
I'm pretty sure I still have like half of a knucklehead trout in my satchel.
Yes, they've been adapted to eat that up here, just because that is a
All there is.
yes,
I'm sure we'll find something out there.
yes. Who is going to be the main handler? Oh, come here, little girl. You will.
Hello, little girl.
Hello, little girl.
Azar, can you roll me an animal handling check just to see how the training goes?
Cool. That's a 17.
17. You definitely see the intelligence in Jolly a lot more. Is able to follow the commands quite well and well trained. 7 does his job.
Perfect.
Yep, with that roll. So yes, Azar, basically you will be the main handler and of both 7 and Jolly. And Manville just says, yes, so basically you will be taking care of them. They will see you basically as the alpha. You need to set an example. You cannot be timid with them, which I have seen you are not. But if at any time you show, how should I say this? Wavering, they will sense it.
Yeah, that'll be fine.
Excellent. Well, you see Manville get down on one knee. Jolly, scritches and scratches. You see the tail waggle. 7 kind of just does like a little head bonk with it. And 7 just like, yes, very good. Be good boys. Your brothers and sisters will miss you. Do good work and do the golden main proud. And then Manville heads inside.
Elspeth, I picked that one.
You did very well. I'm a little concerned about how attached all of these rental stables get to their animals, given the conditions through which they are constantly traveling. Starting to unsettle me on a very deep level as someone who is deeply connected to the afterlife.
All right.
Shall we? Yes.
Yes, shall we? Let's do this.
Hey.
Right.
Off we go.
Off you head. Where are you heading next, my friends?
Should we, for the sake of trying to not get lost, as we have been known to do, head to Targus on the road first, and then head up to Temperament? It's not. It might add a little bit of time to our journey, but we can stay on the road longer.
I think that's an excellent idea.
Okay. So, from Bryn, Shander to Targus, you all begin heading north along the east way. As you do, you eventually find the path heading up a bit on a northwestern slope. However, after 2 hours pass, you'll find yourselves at the walled town of Targus. The walls are definitely not as extravagant as Bryn Shander, where it had like the multiple layers of like the gravel and the slating of the wood. It just seems to be slated with wood. However, it is clean. It is nice. And not a military-esque feel, but very stalwart, if you will. Do you intend to head into Targus or just take the road further up to Temperament?
I believe we were looking for a pearl, correct, Donovan? Isn't that?
I think we need to adventure some more before there's enough funds to acquire it.
How much is a pearl? I can.
It's I need one worth 100 gold pieces, and I have half of that with the gem.
Oh.
But
If it's much needed, you can have, and then he'll pull out the gemstone or whatever, and he'll be like, "You can, if you need it, yeah, you can."
Maybe we stop on the way back.
yes, on the way back sounds good. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But now that we've seen it, we know how to get here. We'll just come back down the road when we return. Yes.
Yes.
And they were never seen again.
Every time we talk about returning,
Exactly, that's what I
Elfin
mean,
just
it's
has
like,
an internal
I feel-
crisis.
I feel like we should go, but no, let the group decide. Yes, let's continue on. All right.
All right.
Yep, we're gonna pivot and head up to Tourmaline.
Pivot.
Pivot and head up to Tourmaline.
Lane.
Let's have a Moa roll me a d20.
6.
6. Okay.
If I got maybe more sleep in the middle of the night, I'd, you know.
I wonder
Do
why
we
you
want
didn't.
to?
Oh no, this isn't a skill check or anything. Just rolling a d20. Okay.
We're just gonna see how badly the weather's gonna fuck us up. Because it's that kind of campaign.
There's a white dragon.
Yeah.
Oh dear God, is that a bullet? I think we're going to die, y'all.
A magical gun appears out of nowhere.
What?
Oh, I was talking about a land shark.
Oh. A bullet, yes.
A bullet.
But as you walk along Mare Dualden, this southern side of it, completely encased in ice, very similar to Loch Denishir, as well as the red waters that you saw in Goodmead. You continue along it, passing by a couple rolling hills, all encased in snow. You find yourself at one point not trapped, but in between two of them in like a little ravine as the pathway towards Tourmaline indicates where you go. And after you pass by these two hills on the left side, it opens up and you see a portion of Mare Dualden on this eastern side that is completely unfrozen. You do see a bit of ice flows here and there, but a good 200 feet away from you, you actually see a shoreline. I see.
Has it been? I mean, and the other lakes haven't been frozen either. This isn't out of the ordinary.
Edges of it.
Yes, it's unusual for it to be this unfrozen, this close to the shoreline. Isn't it? I don't know.
It is.
I've sort of lost track of what's unusual up here.
How close are we to the shoreline?
About 200 feet away along the path.
Do you need to go for a swim?
I was going to say, do you mind if I
Go. Yeah.
Okay. Renner's going to kind of run up to the
Just bay watching up the
exactly.
Yeah.
And then just kind of dive in. But when diving in, want to sense, I mean, of course, as he's doing his Little Mermaid, he's gonna the temperature of the water, if there's any type of different if it's I'm assuming it's fresh water, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So but just kind of measure the temperature and then see if there are things living in it that he can communicate with and see we can get some information about who's come through recently, yada yada yada.
Yeah,
all that fish stuff.
Okay. Temperature wise, it is quite cool. Not as cold as up above, actually. It's maybe about 40 something in the water, but warmer than up above. You swim around and you do see a couple of knucklehead trout just kind of swooping along. Are you going to go talk with them?
Just hello. Hello, my friends. Questions. Any pearls that you've seen? Any ice maidens, frost maidens, and kind of relay where we're headed and see if there's any trouble on the North Shore.
I'm quickly seeing if there's such a thing as freshwater pearls.
There are. Like in real life. I don't know about in D&D,
Yeah.
but in real life they exist.
So one of them is just kind of swimming along. It's like, oh yeah. Let's see here. Frostmaiden, don't know about that. Pearls, yeah, I've seen a couple pearls.
What's in it for the fish?
It's exactly. I'm like, why are they from New Jersey in
What's in it?
1940? Love it.
Hey, I see some pearls. What do you
Ren is now
what
on
do
the run from a gang, but they're only underwater, so it's really easy to run from them.
Yes, my friends. Would you happen to know where they are? One of my companions is looking to acquire a pearl.
Yeah, I know where some pearls are.
Oh, there you go. Now you're leaning into it now. I love it. My friend, can you lead me in its direction, please?
Sure, but what's
It's
in
gonna
it?
cost you.
What's in it for old Johnny here?
What do you want, Johnny? What could I possibly offer you?
I want. Well, what's your name? What's your name, friend?
Rena Voldeath from the Sea of Moving Ice.
Voladeath. Can I call you Rennie?
You can call me Rennie, of course you can.
All right, Rennie. My name's Johnny. A pleasure to meet you. This is
Nice to
Billy
meet
over
you.
here.
Amelia?
Billy. Yeah. So we got Johnny, we got Billy, we got
Yes.
Rennie. Hey, might as well be the Jets.
Hey. Well, when you are a jet.
Snaps their flippers. Okay. This is what real simple task, Rennie. There is occasionally some at least a couple years ago, I don't know why, but there used to be some stuff coming down the river that was pretty dang tasty to eat. And if you're able to secure me some of that vegetation, I think I could help you out with your little pearl situation.
Right. This is going long. What vegetation do you require?
I don't know exactly what it's called, but it came down river and it hasn't flowed down in about a couple years. So, if you can help me get a little bit of that, I help you a little bit, get a little bit of that,
Right. Thank you, Billy and Johnny. Maybe see you again later. Do you usually reside
we're
in this area?
usually swimming in around these parts,
Right.
just let them know if you see anyone who ain't Billy and Johnny, let them know that Rennie's looking for you and we'll be around.
Wonderful. The current goes where it goes. Thank you. And we'll
And goes where it goes. And they start swimming off.
leave, just kind of get out of the water after that refreshment, saying, oh, God, rube fish. And then just start walking back to the group and relay the information to the group.
Mm-hmm.
Donovan, you may be in luck. There are some pearls in this area. However, they require some type of vegetation from up north. I don't know what it is in order to. But if we find something in the water, we will bring it back.
You don't know what fish like to eat?
Well, I don't know what these particular fish like to eat. I would assume a cannoli or
No, is that a underwater delicacy? I've never heard of that one.
It is. It's something that can be found in the the northeastern region of the
Fascinating. I've never studied the cultural foods of the Triton. You'll have to tell me about it sometime.
I will, absolutely. You can have Billy or Johnny for dinner once we get the pearls.
Oh, we will have them for dinner.
Oh, I get it. It's a pun.
There's a
Wonderful.
pun, yes.
Yes, wordplay. I'm only good at it when I'm talking to intimidating women in positions of power.
Shall we continue though? I do apologize. Thank you for letting me refresh.
The life of an adventurer. We're now taking quests from fish.
Let's keep going then, shall we?
Shall we indeed? You guys continue to head up, and after a good 4 or so hours, it's fortunately been a decent weather. And having those 4 hours away from Targus, walking along with Jolly and Seven, you begin to approach the southern side of Tourmaline. And it's interesting because, as Copper mentioned, it seems that the buildings of 10 towns take on whatever their predecessors were most inquiring about. And while there is that kind of lodge-esque buildings just due to the environment and people from Kalashite learning that straight up towers made of just rectangular look would not hold up with the snow, you do see in some portions of buildings those just little essences. And another peculiar thing is that within some of these buildings, just on little cornerstones or little ends of a rooftop or adorning and embedded in doorways, are just gems, different colors. Some as small as, a pebble and up to as large as an acorn, just adorning different portions of the town. And another interesting thing is, compared to everywhere else, you see boats on the water, opposed to being encased in ice. And those are on the western side as you are approaching from the southern side, seeing the docks push out into Mare Duwald and towards the west. But you approach Tourmaline. Smaller than Bryn, Shander, smaller than East Haven, but significantly larger than Goodmead. You approach from the southern side. It has been about, say, 6.5 hours of travel from East Haven, and you guys left around like 9-ish. You do see that the faint yellow-orange glint on the horizon line is beginning. You're getting more accustomed to it, beginning to hit sundown, which is around 4 o'clock.
Do we continue on, or do we rest here? Do you think that we should, looking at the map, should we go around the right of the forest or follow the road through Lonelywood?
I was just considering that. It seems that Macrius might, the location, if I understand, correct me if I'm wrong, James, it seems that Macrius's location is somewhere along the river. So I think perhaps if we continue on the road to Lonelywood and then just follow the shoreline up to the river, that it might at least prevent us from getting lost.
We can also perhaps look for the vegetation in the river and what's stopping it from... the Frostmaiden is what's stopping.
The Frostmaiden is what's stopping it.
Right.
So, but there's no... I mean, I know it's still cold, but there's no frost over the lake. It's very surprising to me that the more north we go, when normally it would get colder, it's not as...
That is curious.
Perhaps there's a source of heat somewhere in the lake. Thermal vents or whatnot have you. Volcanoes. Isn't Kelvin's Cairn a volcano?
No, I don't think I've ever asked.
Donovan coming in with all the all this poignant information in 2 seconds. That was amazing.
Donovan actually studied geography.
It's just like, whoa. Wow.
I wouldn't be opposed to trying, if we think we can get to Lonelywood within the next few hours, I wouldn't be opposed to getting there and then staying the night there, unless you think it's worth staying here. It's a very lovely town and it is much larger, so if we need to look for any other supplies, here might be the place.
Well, Well, maybe there's somebody who needs something sent back down south that we can
Oh yes.
secure some sort of task to.
Should we post a notice on like a
Available for tasks.
available
Task
down
list.
south?
Yes.
Available for tasks down south.
We could pass through sort of the town center or one of the pubs and see if they've got a notice board. Might as well, and double up our profits. Is that how this works?
Why don't we pull over, eat some dinner, check out the tavern, and make sure that there's another tavern in Lonelywood.
That is a good point.
Or
Find out if they have accommodations there.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Okay. 1 second. Let me see. Okay. So you all begin to weave your way in, and as you start to pass by buildings, compared to like, let's say Bryn Shander, where there's like a main thoroughfare that just kind of like bisects different portions, and the layout of it is more standardized. You find that Tourmaline is kind of just, the buildings are put where they can fit, and at no point does it create like pinch off points, but there's no like main roads that you kind of head into. However, you guys are kind of like just push on through, and you find yourselves pushing in towards the dock side of the town, in the center portion of it, where it seems to be a kind of market area that is starting to close up as night is approaching. And there you kind of see just a little boy standing on a little box, and he's just like, "The gemstone mine is closed because of monsters. Speaker Matthew is offering 50 gold to anyone who clears it out." Waits a moment. "The gemstone mine is closed because of monsters. Speaker Matthew is offering 50 gold to anyone who clears it out."
Donovan's gonna run up to him. "Hey man, tell me where the speaker is. We will take care of your monster problem."
Well, I think he's at the Blue Clam.
Right, Blue Oyster Cult it is. Let's point me the way.
Okay.
Perhaps you could just lead us there, young man.
Well, I'm paid to stand on this box.
Well, you don't
Fair
need
enough.
to stand anymore because we got your monster problem solved.
Are you?
Oh,
Oh. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay. And you see him come off, and he picks up his little box and starts little box. It takes up a good half of his torso as he begins to waddle through the snow. "Come with me."
Would you like to put your box on a sled? It might make it easier.
Whoa! And sees the two dogs and rushes over to runs over to the dogs and sees Seven there, just and starts petting Seven. It's like, "Wow, it's so stop it, you licking me."
Yeah, wipe that off before it freezes. It's very unpleasant when it gets.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yes. All right. Why don't you? The blue clam you said, was that it? Why don't you lead us? We'll put your box on the sled, and then you can sit with the dogs while we talk to the speaker.
Cool. Can I ride on the sled?
How much does this kid look like he weighs? Not much.
He looks like he's 7 years old.
Yeah, totally. Pick him up, plop him on the sled.
That way. And kind of just points it out, and basically you guys get to walk along the pier side, if you will, looking over at Mare Dualden, and you can just make out the Finnintis because it's a clear day on the lake, just little specks of light, and you know it to be Targus all the way on the southern side.
Just
The faintest
just to
bit.
run it real quick. We're not keeping this one.
This? Oh, absolutely not. This one? I say, boy, do you know of anything of the Ice Maiden?
Oh yeah, and just like kind of just like what like leaning in heavily whenever there's like a turn. It's like, yeah, she's the one who's bringing the darkness.
Correct. That is correct.
Right.
Has she ever visited here that you know of?
Oh, sometimes we see her in the sky.
Oh yes, she flies across with the lights. Yes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I'm a pirate ship captain. Woo!
Arr, matey.
You're my first mate then.
Very good.
Amor,
Elspeth's just a mom to everybody now. Literally every person we come across, the party.
She's just so tired, and so it exudes the mom energy. Very good, sweetie.
Boy, what is your name?
My name is Darmo.
Damo.
Darmo Mazalu.
Of the Maslu family? Renner's being sarcastic with this.
Wait, how do you know my mom?
Oh, I know of your family.
Uh-huh.
They come from the north.
Of terminally mausolews?
I'm from the north. That's interesting. His mom said she was born here.
This is the north, darling.
Yes, you are in the north.
Oh.
We all come from the south, like the very far south. Have you heard of Baldur's Gate?
No, I've heard of Bryn Shander. Is it that far south?
It's even further. We've traveled a very long way.
Whoa. Spine of the world.
Further.
No way.
Yes, Azar comes from a place where there's only sun and sand.
What's sand?
It's like snow, but coarser and very unpleasant when it gets in your socks.
The exact opposite of snow. Hot and gritty and gets everywhere. It's terrible.
Interesting. That's interesting. Oh, we're here.
Thank God.
But yeah, there you see before you a kind of like a clam shack northeast style, a very narrow building that kind of just goes back a bit more. And on the sign there, you see a little bit of icicles dangling from it and a brief wind just kind of just shaking it. But you do see a blue clam on it.
Boy, do they sell clams here?
Yeah.
Renner gets off and starts walking in very briskly.
Okay. First mate, catch me! And he's going to try and leap on your back.
Okay. Is that a dexterity save? What is that?
Roll
I
dice and roll out of the way.
Are you gonna
save?
Are you gonna take it, or
she's not gonna let a child just flop, so she'll probably at least try to make sure he's... Does it look like, if he lands on the ground, does it look like he's gonna get hurt? That's the key.
You are right in front of the steps that lead upward.
I'm not gonna let him jump on my back, but I will try to help steer the jump. Probably if I see him about to do it, I'm gonna grab him and do that thing where you like your hands are on the kid while he's jumping to help guide it.
Okay. In that case, roll me a dex check.
Great. It's like, please let it be dexterity and not strength, because then I might stand a chance. 17.
17. You hear that and you're like, oh shit! And he's ready to leap and you're able to get your arms across and he's like, yeah!
All right. Very good, Captain. Now, I have to go with my friends to talk to the speaker, but if you'd like to stay out here and sit with the dogs, I'm sure they'd love the company.
Oh, well, I need to show Oris that I brought people here.
Perfectly fine. You show us the way, and then you can come back out and say hello. This is Seven, and this is Jolly.
7 Jolly. 7 Jolly.
Why don't you
Okay.
take us to the speaker?
Yes. And you already see Renner going up the stairs.
I just go, 7 Jolly, stay.
They both kind of look at Azar.
Good boys. Pats on the head.
Jolly's tail waggles a bit. 7 is just. But you crash in there, Renner, and it is maybe about 15 feet wide and 30 feet back at the moment. Yeah. You see a bar on the opposite end. There's about 4 tables along the wall, and you do see 2 humanoids currently at the front right table just sitting there conversing, and they see you bang in there.
Hello to them, and then just kind of walk back towards the
Towards the back.
the back. He's gonna get a round of clams for everybody.
As you walk back, immediately after you hear, "Oris! I found people!" Uh-oh. At which point, you do see the one who's back to you kind of turns around fully to look at the remaining 4, and he's got a bit of a grayish skin tint to him, has a bit of a right and left tusk, the left one being a bit chipped. He has a bandana on his head, black, and he just kind of turns to like, "Oh, hi there. Wow. You all seem terribly ready for trouble. And by Darmo's exclamation, I'm assuming you're here for the job."
You haven't heard of us before, have you? Because you really hit the nail on the head right there, and I'm a little worried that we're getting a reputation.
No. You, first time I've met you all. Hi, my name is Oris. It's a pleasure to meet you all.
Pleasure to meet you. Donovan Chambers III. We're in the need of some coin, and we have some skills amongst us.
Well, seeing as the way you're outfitted, I can quite imagine.
So, first off, where is the mine? Because we are on a mission currently that we would need to wrap up before taking this one on.
Oh, the gem, the mine is about, let's see, I think about an hour away. Let me quickly look. It's only about a 30-minute walk along the eastern side of the woods. You'll find the entrance quite quick.
Easterns, right. About how far on the map do you think that would be?
On the map, you're like here.
Oh, so just right out of town.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Oh, well, maybe we post the dogs here and go take care of the mine and then come back and continue, if it's that close.
I could be up for that. I think our current mission could wait a day or two. I know that the people were gonna wait a day or two. So a mine full of monsters sounds like a dream right now.
I'd rather deal with it while we're all well rested and fed.
As you say, well rested and fed, you see Renner coming back with a massive bucket of clams and a smaller bucket in their right hand.
Set the bucket down in front of Oris and his buddy as well, and just be like, "Everyone, these are actual blue clams, which I have not had in quite some time, so I'm quite excited to enjoy them." And starts like shucking them with his dagger and just starts like sucking them out, like, "Please," and then disposing the other clamshells in the other bucket.
You all realize that
With the hand.
Renner is eating raw clams.
You eat the stuff inside the rock?
The rock. Oh no, my dear. This is, and then he'll shuck one open for her and show her the like. He enjoys it raw, so I'm not sure what everyone else wants to do, but like this. Of it.
Oh, they're not only raw but live.
Yeah.
It's as raw as you can get. I'm pretty sure.
All right. I like seafood as much as the next person, but that's a bit much even for me. Oris, what kind of monsters are in this gemstone mine?
Ah.
I'm always off the tag.
Elspeth just like slightly like pulsing the like suppressing the urge to gag every time she hears the noise as she tries to keep very deep eye contact with the person she's talking to.
Remember rule 2, Elspeth, no vomiting on the field.
Rana, remember how we learned what gestures mean? This is for you! About that
Chaos.
mine!
Chaos. Where's the mine?
So you say there's monsters in this mine. Do we know what kind of monster? Have they done something? Or is this just sort of like, we found body parts? Not like that's a specific example that we've had to deal with or anything like that.
Kind of looking at Renner as you are going to town on raw clams and just like, basically, what ended up happening was that a few kobolds ended up going into the mine, and not that they're the biggest problem, but they did scare away the miners, and no one was killed, thankfully. But their erratic nature at times can make them a little dangerous. Sorry, yes?
Have you tried just telling them to go away?
We did not try that. It's been a few days, so we're just wondering if they would leave. There was also one miner who's gone missing, and the other ones are saying that it's some creature from the Underdark. However, it's possible he just fell down the mine shaft, and we just haven't been able to recover him just due to the kobolds being in there. There was quite a few of them.
Are there, do you frequently have, creatures or former inhabitants of the Underdark in this part of 10 towns?
Oh, no. It's just, it's possible that the mines, depending how far deep they go, could lead into the channels.
Of course.
Yeah.
Well, that's, probably not it at all, right? I'm certain he just,
Yeah, took a bit of, a trip.
Yes.
Sorry. Bit of humor to try and lighten the situation as Renner keeps slurping next to him.
Well, Donovan, Azar, do we think we want to go? Kobolds don't generally seem that difficult to talk to or deal with. Yes.
Oh yeah, it's just
Kobolds.
Yeah, it's just kobolds.
Just kobolds.
Just kobolds. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, based on what the other miners have told me.
But lots of kobolds, because you're in numbers. The kobolds are quite formidable.
They can be a bit nasty, especially for, miners who are more used to smacking a wall than they are a living being.
Right.
Do you have any idea why the kobolds? Is this just standard like dragon creature, like shiny sort of?
Well, I mean, it is a gem mine, so
right.
I wouldn't be surprised if they somehow saw possibly some shipment coming through here, and they're like, shiny is that way.
Right. All right. Well, What say you all?
Yeah, I think we put the dogs here and take a side trip.
Yes. Is there some place where perhaps we could stable? We have a sled and 2 dogs that we'd love to put up rather than take with us, just in case something untoward should happen.
Inside. We need the dogs to be inside.
Yes.
Or their preference, whatever they prefer.
I could take them.
Oh, young Darmo.
Perhaps we should talk to your mother first, but if you've got a shed that they could take a nap in or something.
They could stay in my house.
Yeah.
They're very well trained. Probably
Sure.
wouldn't be the worst thing.
Perhaps it's part of our fee for taking care of the kobolds. You could look after our dogs and our sleds.
Oh. Okay,
I'm
yeah.
speaking to the board, not the kid.
The kid just wants the dogs. He doesn't care. He'll say, uh-huh.
Yeah, that's not a problem. I can take them. The Maslu family, they're pretty respectable too.
I mean, we don't want to put anyone out, but if you or they are willing,
You wouldn't be
that's-
putting anyone out. Maybe we'd be taking the dogs in.
You're right. My mistake.
Yeah, because
That's why you're the captain. All right. Perhaps yes. This seems all right. Back to Oris. Just be like, you're sure that the family wouldn't mind? Is more my concern. I don't really want to just send a 7-year-old home with 2 dogs and a mysterious cryptic message from a bunch of random adventurers.
Well,
Sounds like.
Well, Dharma, would you be able to show these fine folks to where you live, and they can tell your mother? Yeah, I can do that.
Excellent. Should I go? Do we all want to go? Does anyone need to finish up anything here? Renna, have you
They're
finished
gone.
your?
They are gone.
Yes. Okay.
I'm gonna get some stew. Does anyone want some stew?
Yes.
Yes.
These
That's
clams are so good.
Thank you, Amo. I know they're delicious.
I'm gonna go get some stew.
Okay. So I would say for meal wise, everybody 3 silver.
Perfect.
But yeah, you get some stew. Meanwhile, Elspeth, you ride along with Darmo to take 7 and Jolly over.
Show up at his house, be like, okay.
Azar, are you also going to join, or are you just going to stick around for stew?
No, I'm going with the dogs.
Okay, you go with the dogs.
Thank you.
So right now, like Darmo is leading, and you get the sense that he's like, the dogs are following me, but Azar, they're just following you. Eventually you make your way to the where did Tourmaline go? So many tabs. There's so many towns in this tiny little area. Okay. You find yourself on the eastern side, closer to the gem mine way that oh wow, I'm forgetting names right now.
Oris
pointed out. Interesting.
Oh, sorry. Is there a map? Is there a map right now?
Oh no, there is not a map of Tourmaline right now. I did not put that up. But you find yourself on the eastern side on one of the smaller buildings, and you do see the similar motifs of gems kind of being inlaid. And on the front door, you see just like in almost like a flower shape, just 5 almost similarly sized acorn gems just kind of laid out like a flower almost. And I am forgetting names right now. Sorry, folks. Darmo knocks on the door and then opens it. It's like, I'm home. I brought dogs. At which point you see so you can get the general equation that Darmo's mom, they're both darker skinned, black hair, straight, and then just multiple, like, I guess, how should I say this? Multiple ties that kind of like give like a chain, not
Yeah.
braid, but like,
Get that long ponytail that's all
yeah, long
cinched in.
ponytail
Yeah.
sectioned off. But yeah, Elspeth and Azar, you also enter as she's wiping off on her apron. It's like, oh, hello. Welcome. Oh, I'm sorry, everything is such a mess right now.
Oh, no. We don't want to put you out. Sorry, this was we met Damo here as he was helping to the speaker to find someone to deal with the problem with the mines, which we've agreed to take on. However, we need a place to put up our dogs and store our sled while we're going, and Damo suggested that perhaps they could stay here. We don't want to impose if that's going to be a problem, but he seems to be very good with them.
No. It is no problem at all. No problem at all. And you basically see a one-room house. You see a small dining table. You see a bed on one side, and you see like a small cooking pit in the center, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Yeah, we got so much room here. Like, you can lay here, and the one with the tongue can lay here. A seven can be here, and Jolly can be here, and I'll sleep on the bed with Mom. And yeah."
We should only be gone for a couple of hours.
Back by the
What we
morning,
do.
probably.
Oh, okay, no problem. That is a-okay with me. Kind of walks over and is like, "Darmo's been good, right?
Oh yes, he's doing a very good job.
Just a very adventurous sort, and just want to make sure."
I can tell. He's got a lot of energy.
Mm-hmm. He's very good as he's good with his box. Oh, my
Yes.
box! And then runs outside.
It's on the sled.
Okay.
Elspeth will just look at this poor woman and be like, "We really don't want to put you out. I'm happy to give you something for your trouble. We just don't want to be taking the dogs with us if there's kobolds running about."
Oh, I totally understand, and I think it'll be nice for his energies to go into something else right now.
Yes, indeed. And Elspeth is gonna go ahead and like slip her like a gold and a sack of the like fish that she's
Mhm.
been feeding the dogs, and just be like, if they get hungry, and for your trouble.
And then sees the gold in her hands, like, thank you. Yes. Quite quickly pockets it away, like it's taboo to even just have it out. Just kind of pockets it. It's like, well, we will very much be looking over Jolly and Seven, and we await your return.
Thank you so much.
Mm-hmm. As you say that, you hear Darmo just kind of dragging in his box and just kind of bumps you on the side. "Oh, I'm sorry. Oh gosh. Okay.
Quite all right. Quite all right.
All right. Oh, I don't know your names."
Sorry. Yes, I'm Elspeth.
Okay. Hi, Elspeth.
I'm
Hi,
Azar. Hi.
Hi, Azar. Mom, this is Elspeth. This is Azar. And then you just realize, like, you can see in her eyes that her son brought literal strangers into her home. It's like, "Nice to meet you, Elspeth, Azar. Well, best of luck on clearing out the mines. I'm sure we would love to get it up and running again."
Yes, have a very cozy evening. The dogs are very good snugglers. At least I think Seven is. I'm not sure about Jolly.
just kind of standing there, very astute, very aware, very ready.
Yeah, I'll go get the sled. I'll like push it alongside the house,
Mhm.
unhitch the dogs, and bring them in. And
Mhm.
I'll just point to a corner and say, "Stay."
Yeah, and you see Seven just kind of do like the circle. It's just like, and then Jolly just kind of walks over, does a half circle, and just lays down next to Seven.
Cute.
But you three head back, or you two head back to the other three. You are reinvigorated with some stew.
Elspeth spends the entire time eating, just like leaning heavily on the table, like, oh dear God, so much energy. Why?
Imagine what he could do in the mines.
And probably will when he's like 12.
Oh dear.
Start them off young, don't we?
Haven't dealt with children like that since we had some of the orphans at the con. Oh God.
Oh.
I think Azora will try one of the clams. Like, oh, okay, it tastes like sandworm. Okay.
Ah. Sandworm.
You have to get them when they're small. When they get big.
Is there a pot of stew that's just like communal?
It's in the back portion of it. The chef, who does have a name actually.
You're kidding.
I just
Oh, no, we
ordered
were
3
supposed to
bowls
talk-
of
Yeah.
stew.
Yeah, I didn't know we were supposed to talk to the chef.
There's a chef in the back, and his name is Vernon, who also happens to be a half orc.
Ah.
And the chowder is quite filling. It
it's
definitely
made
has
of
some root
people.
vegetables from the woods, and has clams in there as well.
Mm.
And it's a bit spicy, just like a little
Ooh.
hint.
I have got to say, Vernon, this is delicious.
Oh, yes, thank you. I'm very proud of my work.
I start mixing the clams with the stew.
Interesting. Interesting. And you see Vernon just kind of watching as you two eat. He's like, I think I could do something with this.
Vernon, where do you get the vegetables from? This is the first place we've been in the area that's had anything, honestly, pretty much anything other than knucklehead trout.
Oh, well, the woods are quite plentiful up here, so we...
Really?
Yes. I actually have a friend who helps me.
Oh, well, that's very kind. Do they live in the forest or do they live here?
Oh, no. She lives out back.
Oh,
Does it happen to be a Frostmaiden?
No, it is not a Frostmaiden, but I feel if Butterball got her hands on that Frostmaiden, it would be Butterball's win.
Butterball. We
Is-
must meet Butterball. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Donovan.
No, is Butterball a pig?
Yes, she is. Quite the beauty. Found her actually out in the woods. Tiny little runt of a pig, and made sure she grew up nice and strong, and now she helps me and the others find what we need inside the woods.
Perfect.
wonderful.
Yes.
Donovan, you're quite smart. The more north this lake we get, you are much more, very, very perceptive.
I think it's the thrill of the hunt of gold that is on my mind, and it really invigorates.
Elspeth just leans over to Donovan and whispers, I always knew you were a book reader. You just didn't want anyone to know.
Yes. Shall we? Shall we? We shall.
Yeah.
Let's do
We
this.
shall
Yes.
shall indeed.
Perfect.
All right. Let's see here. So, you all finish up your stew, give yourselves a moment to digest a bit, and begin to head out. You pass by other buildings, and you do see, as you pass by on the through the center of the town, you do see the town hall, and you pass by and you see on the eastern side the east side inn that leads you up onto the path towards the mines. One thing you notice is the moment you cross by the woods, so that way you are facing northward, and you can see Kelvin's cairn off to the northeast. A huge gust of wind just slaps you in the face. And you realize that the woods help cut a lot of it from hitting Tourmaline. But right now you are faced by a good 30, 40 mile per hour gusts who are just like, and you kind of have to like dig in deep and just like keep your eyes focused, kind of keep them tight as you watch, and the flurries keep blowing past. Fortunately, the path has been marked by frequent travel, and even without 3 or 4 days without it, you can see the basically indentation of where the path is. And you see up along the woods, you see that it kind of just curves upwards in a hillside kind of action. And you look up to your left after a good 30 minutes. You just see a very stereotypical wooden scaffolding popping out of the mountain, and you see a couple empty carts at the entrance and see a sign that definitely does not belong there, just kind of sticking in the snow.
I'd like to go read the sign.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
You go up to it and you see, starting off with a backwards K, "Kobolds only," written in charcoal.
Oh, they're literate. How adorable.
Yeah.
That's not in any way concerning.
You do notice that besides the K, it's written well. Like it's all in a singular line on both, like kobolds only, exclamation point. And it's not like janky, like a child's writing or anything. Aside from the K, everything, it's pretty neat script.
In all of my father's stories about adventuring and like killing 100 kobolds in a cave or whatever, does this seem like a normal kobold thing, or does this seem particularly like out of place?
Roll history check.
19 plus 4 for 23.
23. You know kobolds to be not the dumbest creatures. They're not like a wild animal or anything, but they do lack
Discipline?
discipline, common sense. They are very much willing to follow because they know they are physically on the weaker side. And they tend to be smaller too. So
Little minions of chaos.
Mhm.
Great. Everyone, this doesn't seem like I think there's something in there besides kobolds. I'm not sure what, but I think it's intelligent, and I think it's probably going to be a problem.
Right.
I
Down
don't
the
think
hatch.
we were. Yes. Haha. Nice. Down the hatch. I like it.
Okay.
Okay. So you begin to walk within the cave. And I'm going to assume Azar lights a light, as they always have.
Lights for everybody.
As you walk through, Amoa specifically, you do have to kind of duck down because it only goes about 7 feet high at the most in this tunnel. And it just kind of bobs and weaves, and you watch as Azar's light just kind of creeps along the edges, and every time you see a little serpentine, it fills out a bit more and then fills out a bit more until about 60 feet in. You begin to crest upwards and onto a little plateau. and you see about a cavern that's about 12 feet high, with passages that go forward, to the left, and to the right.
I'd like to listen to see if I can sense any, like hear anything, or if I like walk by all of them, see if I notice particular breeze coming from any particular one, hear anything, try to figure out if there's movement anywhere.
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
What is my perception? 18.
18. You close your eyes and reach out. You're listening. You just hear the faintest sound of a running water.
I will point that out to the group.
Which direction? Left, right?
As she points that out and you all begin to listen, you know that forward and to the left gives a bit more, while the right side, it kind of echoes through, but as you try and pinpoint it, it's a little bit less from the right side.
Does it sound like a natural source, or is it changing in its like pitch?
It does natural, where it's just rushing through.
Oh, gotcha.
Sounds natural as it rushes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any signs of kobolds? Do we hear like I don't know? Do we hear them or?
Yeah.
See
As you begin
footprints.
to further take in this room here, you do see racks of picks and hammers against the wall of where people would walk in, grab their tool, and go into the caves. You look down and the floor is pretty flat, but it's dusty, and you do see that there are some tracks mingling in and about.
Okay, let's follow the tracks, I guess.
You see multiple tracks just
Are
going.
there more in
different
any one
way.
direction?
Make me a survival check.
Yay. Survival is +2. That is a 11.
11. With that, you are able to see that there are a few human footprints mingled in and out where they just kind of go left and right. And you do see some tracks unidentifiable to you, just going left, going right, and going forward.
Where does the biggest sound of water come from?
It would definitely be left and right.
All right. Renner's
Or
just gonna do
excuse
that.
me, not left and right, left and
Left and
forward.
Renner's
Yep.
gonna. I don't know much about mines, but I do know water, and I think we should go towards the water. And he's gonna start walking down the left corridor.
Left one. Okay. Is everyone else following?
Hold on. I'm going to try and like stealth ahead. Let me stealth ahead of you.
Ah, yes, of course, Jonathan, of course.
Good idea.
So I'm going to go maybe 20 feet ahead in stealth.
Go ahead.
It is a 9 + 5, 14.
14. All right, you step in through the caves and going to the left. And as you go, you again find that the cave kind of just shunters down into a 7-foot at most high tunnel towards the left. And as you do, you reemerge really quickly into another portion of the cave. And you see basically like a sloped outcropping that just kind of curves around, and with your dark vision, you know it goes up and around and just slopes a bit like that, creating like almost like an amphitheater effect facing towards you. And you see within this wall, with the brief glints or a brief light from Azar's light behind you, you see on the veins, on the ridges of the rock in front of you, just tiny little glints. Just sparkling as you kind of move past, you see them kind of reflecting.
Do I see any kobolds?
Roll a perception check.
9.
9. You do see a bit of the tracks, but they're kind of mismatched in there.
Is there a way out, or is this a dead end?
Donovan, when you look at it, there is that basically like curved portion of the slope, and then you turn to your right, and it's basically like a U that you went in, and then it's to your right. You just see it hook back.
And where was the water?
You heard it from this direction, and it's a little less so, but if you put your ear out, you know it's louder to the right.
All right, so just continuing on.
Mm-hmm. Are others following?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You follow, and then you all see, especially with Azar's light coming into full focus, the glints are now like very prominent and different colors. You see just a bunch of different colors, especially in this room, just kind of light up like a disco ball.
He doesn't cast.
All right.
But you go down, and then you see a fork in the road, Donovan, about 10 feet ahead of you. One going left, one going right. You put your ear out, and you know the water to be to the left.
Okay. I'm gonna just go back to the group. What are we doing? Can I relay information?
I feel like, again, I don't know mines, but I feel like where there's water, there usually is life. So I would go to the water.
Continue following. Okay. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Is anyone else stealthing, or is just Donovan stealthing up ahead?
I'm following.
Yeah, I'll follow from, like what he said, 20 feet distance. He's not stealth. Renner's not stealthy, though. He's not going to stealth.
So Donovan, as you are 20 feet ahead, you take that left path, and it quickly hooks around until it reopens out into another, about this one slightly higher, 13 feet tall cave. And you see with your dark vision just a good 10 to 15 feet wide body of water rushing from your left to your right. And you do see couple of hunched figures by the water. Just
I see what kind of creatures they are.
perception check.
7.
7. They look huddled and fuzzy.
I'm gonna stealth into the room and like try and hide so that when the others come through, I am a hidden attacker.
Okay. You peel off to the side, and since none of y'all received any information from Donovan to stop, you continue in, the light bring it in, and you see a 10 to 15 wide foot river just rushing from your left down to the right. And as you bring the light in, the two furry hunched figures kind of perk up and look back, and they're two giant rats that just go and they begin to charge. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Giant rats. We should have brought Mark.
Giant rats.
Right?
I got bit by one of those.
I would like to state for the record, Elspeth is in the back of the group. She's learned her lesson.
Cool.
It's smart.
James will note of that.
For next time. Excellente. Y'all went to Tourmaline. That was not a tab I had prepared, but
Oh,
You're
man.
welcome.
thanks, y'all.
So good.
Keeping
so
me on my
good.
toes, always. With this campaign, I can't expect anything less.
I even tried to warn you at the break what my next move was, and then we still screwed you up. Good
I'm like,
job.
okay, that's fine. Yeah. Oh, we're going to
Oh,
Tourmaline.
okay.
Oh, okay. If y'all stopped in Targus, I'd be like, oh, fuck. It's so much bigger. Cool. Well, thank you all for joining us today for Rime of the Frostmaiden, Icewind Dales, brought to you by Quest and Chaos. Thank you all so much for joining me, Thomas, Tassi, Alondra, Matt, and JP. Thank you for joining us. Know that we are going to be having Down Darker Trails at 6 o'clock. It's a Call of Cthulhu game, so keep that up. Or check that out. Not keep that up. Check that out. Yeah.
Shots.
Yes, we will not be having Dragon of Ice Spire Peak this Monday, as I will be gone, but we will be back the following week, as well as Rime of the Frostmaiden will continue next Saturday. Cool. Think that's it. Freelancer System, Skies Over to Lindia, Tuesday. Check that out. It's a 2-parter. The first part should be up on YouTube soon.
Cool.
It is on YouTube now.
Oh, it's on YouTube right now, so check that out. It's DM'd by one of the developers and has Laura, Julie, and Tiana playing from Dragon of Ice Spire Peak, as well as Aaron, who plays Chaos Agents on Tuesdays.
I took the space of Aaron.
Oh, you took the space of Aaron. Okay.
He had a last-minute deadline.
Ah, I see. Well, played by our very own Thomas Cook. Got you there.
Yeah.
Thomas Cook, who DMs Chaos Agents on Tuesdays. But we are currently taking a break between season 1 and season 2 for that show. Cool. Any other
Thank you,
last minute?
James.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
Twitcher. Thank you, streamers. Yay!
Thank you all so much for joining us.
Thomas, did you have one more Jasper's Game Day
Yes, I do.
stream?
Tomorrow at 4 p.m. Pacific time at twitch.tv/Slades Paradise. Actually, no, that's not it. That's where I played. It's hold on, it's somewhere else.
Find the tab.
But it's with James Rodevar of that other stream, the DAT Network.
Yes.
I don't know where we're streaming. Go to Jasper's Game Day. Donate to help prevent child suicide. I mean, teenage suicide or suicide in general. And watch us play.
Hell yeah. Also check out Green Bananas. That's Tossi's show, as well as the Torpid Network, which Alondra is very much a part of. And continue to watch here on Quest and Chaos. But until next time, folks, stay safe, stay healthy. Don't forget to move your clocks forward an hour if you're part of one of the states who still do that shit, which is a lot of us. And we will see you all next Saturday. Have a good evening. Bye.